is a fight fan, and he's a fight fan's fighter.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ain't no pressure when you built for this.
Man down, round one. The truth hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super flyweight from San Antonio, Texas, Jesse Bam Rodriguez! The universally recognized undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney!
Stephen Bolton Jr. The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skill, the highly regarded Devin the Dream Haney.
Shout out to everybody, man. Welcome back to another episode. Man, it's the after party. We just had, a hell of the ending of round one. The conclusion, man, fantastic individual debating tonight. A lot of individuals getting in there and, you know what I'm saying, really getting their smoke. Talking that good boxing talk, man. Shout out to everybody who coming through tonight, man. As always, excuse me. We're going to address the chat, but, man, we got to chop it up, man. I want to hear... we got to talk about the end of the first round. My brother A1 was in there. You know what I'm saying? My brother John Nori Piro. You know what I'm saying? I had some Tony reviews. He did a hell of a job tonight. Boxiana, you know what I'm saying? Showing up and showing out. And so, man, you know, we want to give the individuals their credit, give them their respect, man. As always, y'all know what I like to do. I dropped the link early because we get started late over here. It is what it is. And so we'll go ahead and drop the link. Anybody want to jump on, especially those who participated in the debates, man. Y'all know, shout out to everybody in the chat as always. But, man, I want to hear from some of y'all. So real quick, man, let me address the chat as always. We're going to speak on the people that came in. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button when you come in, man. And also, you know what I'm saying, drop me a message in the chat and let me know that you're in the building. And we're going to show you love. You know what it is. My brother A1 Hoop Zone is in the building, man. Took his first L tonight, respectfully, of course. But, hey, man, You seem like you were really comfortable in the debate arena, bro. You seem like you were comfortable there. So I think, hey, man, you should come back and do it again. I think you can do some things, bro. I think you can do some things. I'm just saying. Shout out to my brother Bullet Gibson. My brother Bullet said, Dub, man. Salute Dub in chat. I wish I was able to debate. I would have killed a lot of them guys. Bullet said they food, bro. He said they food. My Brody Dub. Shout out to my brother BFTB, man. And yes, I'm going to say it every time. I'm mad you left the door wide open. I did do that. I did it. And, you know, hey, shit, I learned from it like everybody else learned from theirs. But, man, I am mad because I think, man, I would. Tonight would have been I'm gonna plead the fifth. I've been pleading the fifth for a minute. Leonard, man, I see you in the background. It say your camera wasn't connected. It said your camera wasn't connected or your audio wasn't connected. Something wasn't connected. So, but no, it's all good. It's all good, man. Shout out to my brother Cash Crypto in the building, man. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Let me see. We got my brother Rodzilla in the building. Shout out to Rodzilla. The SOG, the Son of God, is in the building, man. Shout out to Andre Ward. That was one of the topics tonight. A great debate That was one of the best ones that we had. Shout out to my brother, Son of God, man. Much love. We got my brother Leonard in the building. Leonard, I'm gonna get to you. Give me 1 second. Let me get this off, and I'm gonna get to you, my brother. Okay, Leonard jumped off. Here we go. We got my brother Harrison in the building, man. Shout out to Harrison. Great job last night once again, brother. Appreciate you coming through. My brother Todd Swindle is in the building, man. Much love to you, Todd. My brother Sean T is in the building, man. Hey, we still waiting. We waiting to get that match. We waiting to get the match. And once the match is there, I will let you know, Sean T. I have not received it at this current moment in time, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, shout out to hold on, what is my brother? My brother A1 said, "Yeah, I wasn't nervous at all. I'm definitely coming back again." No, you didn't, bro. You like, I know I could tell you this was your first debate, but at the same time, I don't think nerves was the issue with you. I just think Batsiana was on one, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. She was on one. And yeah, hey, she was doing her thing, bro. She was definitely doing her thing. Shout out to my brother. Ooh, I don't want to mess your name up, bro. Gans Milra. Gans Milra. I hope I said that right, brother. I apologize if I didn't. Kazi, I got you, bro. I seen what you sent me. I got to get back with you. I liked a lot of the concept that you had, but I will definitely get back with you, Kazi. Leonard, you are in the building, my brother. Welcome to the panel. I appreciate you. And he jumps off again. Here it is. Nah, Batsiana was definitely cooking. So let me talk. I want to talk about it real quick. Shout out to my brother John Norrie. Hell of a job tonight, John Norrie. You did your thing. You know what I'm saying? You did your thing. And I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from A1. I want to hear from John Norrie because I want to hear what y'all experience was tonight. And let me see. Bro, at me. Bet. Got you, Kazi. Hey, on stream, y'all. I got you, Kazi. I'm gonna hit you up. That's a bet. I got you, bro. Shout out to my brother Kazi. My brother Kazi, he doing some good work, man. Shout out to him. Leonard, are you in the building? Can you hear me? All right, Leonard, we can't hear you. If you can hear us, we can't hear you right now. But check this, my brother. I got John Norrie in the building. John Norrie, you had your debate tonight. I believe you won 2-1. Was it 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
But I thought you did. You showed up and showed out. Man, talk to me. How was this experience for you? And what you think you're gonna do in the tournament, brother?
I'm trying to get as many heads as I can, man. It feels good to get in the W column, man. After taking a tough loss from Smoke, that's a vet. That was a hard match for me, man.
Can I ask you this real quick? Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Do you think that matchup with Smoke the first time? Do you think it gave you more of what to expect this round? Or
yeah, it definitely gave me more of like a what to expect. I mean, I like my performance. I just need to change up some things, especially when I started dealing with, the competition at a high level. With this one, I wasn't really too worried about it. I was just worried about having to defend anyway. That's what I was worried about. It was a hard topic. I definitely have Fulton in the matchup. I think he's the better boxer. I do not think Inoue can beat Fulton. But I had to, like I told you, I had to play some magic out here. I had to do a magic trick with it. And I could have brought up a lot of different things, but Piero was I could tell he was a little off his game. He was a little nervous.
And it was interesting to me because, and that's why I said, I think this was Piero's first time debating. And that's why I asked the question earlier, because honestly, I done been on here cooking with you before. I done cooked with Piero before. Y'all done cooked together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I'm listening, I'm like, yeah, now this ain't the one who gonna be on the panel with you. But the reason being is because that debate stage is different than being on the panel. It's totally different. And so when you have to find that balance and understand how to lock in and be able to get your shit off, you know what I'm saying, and make sense, make it make sense, and focus on hitting your points and bars, you know what I'm saying, is different. And
yeah, for sure.
I thought that I will say I thought that the your first debate with Smoke, I thought it helped, and I thought you were the more composed debater in this situation. Shout out to Tony Reviews in the building. Tony did a hell of a job. And wait a minute. I apologize. Let me apologize, Tony. No disrespect, but man, shout out to my sister, man. I got my sister in the building, Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Shout out to her, man. And like I always tell you, sis, appreciate you allowing us to have KO time. I appreciate it. Real quick, we got my brother Leonard in the building. Leonard, are you in the building, brother? Leonard, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Yo, I don't know what's been going on. You're on mute, brother. You're on mute if you're here. All right, Tony Reviews. We want to hear from you, Tony. Definitely want to hear from you because want to hear what your experience was tonight. Shout out to Tony K. Shout out to Tony K, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate you. You've been showing love, and you know it ain't nothing but love and respect. Going back to you, John, or John J.
Nori. Yeah, man. It was.
I got a question.
What's up?
I got a question.
All right, go ahead. Shoot.
Do you think that you were at the top of your game tonight? And if not, what do you think you need to improve on?
Here's the thing. I felt like I was at the top of my game, but I was doing a balancing act. Because I knew if I brought out too many extra points, and I think I would like poke the bear. You get what I'm saying? So I could tell he was off his game, but I didn't want to just start giving an avalanche of points and then giving him momentum because the bite off something. So I wanted to keep him in that kind of like daze, keep him a little bit off kilter because I didn't want to just start going down the resume. Then he starts thinking about resume comebacks and stuff like that. I feel like that happened in the second round where I started opening up a bit, and then he started coming with comebacks. Because like I said, this is a hard debate for Inoue. You know, this was a away game for me. So I was trying to keep it concise, use what I need to use, and not overdo it. You know. But when I get to the second round, I'm definitely gonna open up more because all the topics moving on, I feel like they're definitely debatable. It's evenly debatable on both sides.
And you know, I will say, it was interesting. You kind of got caught in between points at times. Where it's like, damn, it's a positive for Monster, but it's kind of a positive for Cool Boy as well. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah,
it was tough with that. Like I tried like that second question, man. That's really tough, man. That's a tough one.
No, and that's why I had to give you. I give you a lot of credit for this debate because like all these questions. The questions were tough tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nike.
Yeah, they were. They
were all great questions. I found myself, I was like, bro, hey, great question, bro. Great question. And so at the end of the day, man, it was a tough debate. It was tough, but you pulled it out, man. Who are you going against?
I believe it's Tony's Reviews.
Oh, you got Tony?
Yeah.
Hey, Tony had a great performance tonight.
Sure did. He was doing his thing. I was listening to that, man. I like his style, man. I like his style. I'm excited because, you know, I like that get like a nice spirited back and forth, and we got two hitters that we're gonna be debating. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Fireworks are definitely gonna be it's gonna be a hotly debated round on a second round. So I can't wait.
What's our topic?
I forgot. I think it's like Rosario and Jared Hurd.
Okay, Rosario, Jared. Okay. It ain't is okay. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that topic. That's gonna be a good one to debate, though. That's gonna be a hell of a one.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot of shit talking with that. You got shit on both of them. Both those fires guys, you got shit on. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have fun with that.
Hey Tony, we looking for you, brother. If you're in the chat, if you're in the building, hit the link, brother. Hit the link. A1 Hoop Zone is in the building. Shout out to my brother A1. He don't know shit about basketball. He gonna tell you Lakers. He gonna tell you that they're gonna win, and he gonna tell. Hey. I mean, he gonna do a lot of capping. But A1, I got a question for you before you start the cap. How did you feel in this debate, man? You ran into a buzzsaw tonight, in my opinion. You ran
Hey, that's
into
cool. You you,
somebody who
you
was on
lose
that
it.
game.
You lose a limb, and then you know what I'm saying, you get a prosthetic. It's all good. That shit was fun, man. Like it was fun. That's why I said I'm confused at how people get up there and they like I don't know how to explain it. Not freeze up, but people scared to go out there and just have some fun with it. I don't know how else really like kind of reword that or say that. For me, it was like just get up there and debate, man. Like we don't know the questions, so it's like what can you really study about the fighter? I didn't study at all for it. I was going literally off of what I knew over the past years of just you know what I'm saying of both fighters and things like that. And then listening to some of the pointers, what K and them said, like it was something that came up, but shit, that shit slipped my mind. I ain't gonna make no excuses from it. That's why, you know, so I took the L, and I was like, congratulations, like that's just it's all fun and games for me. Like I didn't care. I joined the shit because KO, like it didn't seem like people were signing up for it, so I was like, shit, I'll do it. Like you know what I mean? Like it ain't nothing for me. Boxiana was on top of her game. BF definitely sharpened her ass up from when she debated him. And I know they said that in that joint. So yeah, she
Right.
definitely got right and shit. I can say that she took the L from him and took that shit out on me.
Right, I ain't gonna hold you. I believe I judged their first debate, and I remember, man, Boxiana, the way she came out tonight versus that first time I saw her. I mean, it was night and day. It was night and day. And it was interesting because this is what it does. Hold on, Lenard. I got two of you in the background, brother. I got two of you in the back. We're gonna take that one out and put this one in. But it's interesting because when you have that experience, although you know what I mean, knowing having the knowledge and doing the research, none of that really. It's the experience that really matters because you understand what to expect. You understand how you got to move, what you got to do. You understand it much better than just coming into it fresh. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of the guys who've been debating, I'm pretty sure, you know, I rock with KO. I've pretty much seen everybody. I've seen all the damn debates. And so I know 9 times out of 10, I know if a nigga didn't debate it or not. And there are times, like I'm looking at the individual who I don't remember debating. I'm watching them, and the other, if they're going against somebody who has that experience, they're getting dominated. They're getting dominated. And the reason being is because you understand how to control time. You understand how long the time is. You understand how to be up there by yourself. It's when me and you talk, right? When any of us, when we going back and forth about a conversation, as far as boxing goes, it's a back and forth. And so you have somebody to talk off of. Whereas there are times, if you don't have nobody to talk off of, then what do? You gotta be able to just keep talking. That's why I can debate, because I talk all night. What you think about that? Hey, what you think about the A1, man? And then
No, I think that's true. But for me, it's like I can't talk. I won't. I can talk all night, but I won't talk all night. But the thing is, I get to it and get to the point of it, because I think when I was doing it, I left just a little bit of time on the rounds without coming too close. Like I didn't want to try and, like, for me, I got to the points what I was doing, like what I could get to from the time being over the time being used. If we had 10-minute rounds, I'd probably take 9.5 of it, just because I'd be able to get to the point and elaborate and lay out a whole actual, like, start to finish lineup of it.
Bro, if you got 10-minute rounds, then you shoot for 10-15, 10-20.
Nuh-uh.
No,
I lead the last. Only reason I say that because I lead the last 30 to freestyle some extra shit in there just to talk a little bit of shit.
No. What I'm saying is, even if you want to freestyle, I'm cool with that. I'm just saying, ain't no 9:30 in here. Damn all of that. When I'm talking through my time. And the reason being is because even if I'm reinforcing points, right? If you say enough things enough times, it makes it that much more stronger of a point. It is what it is. People don't want to agree with that, but this is how things work. This is how the mind works. And so if you say enough things, what BF will tell you? If you're gonna lie to me, hey, go all the way in on that motherfucker, right? Why? Because it reinforces the point. Your point don't always have to be concrete. and I ain't gonna hold you. I be like, nah. Some of these niggas, some of
Like
they
I said,
point.
that was the first time for it, so it was fun to me. I had fun doing that shit.
John Nori, talk to me.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. You know, sometimes you just gotta let your shit hang. You know, especially with me tonight, man. I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to give Piero too much wiggle room. So I try to focus on the performance and the dominance. And I kept just reiterating that point of look, he's knocking out guys, he's doing this, he's looking dominant, and your guy is kind of like squeezing by. I don't believe that. I think Fulton better competition, but I just have to just keep pushing that point and keep the other guy off his game, you know, and just keep the conversation, you know, keep guiding it the way I want to guide it. And then if he's rebuttal it, then I'll rebuttal his rebuttal and bring it back to what I want to guide it to. So that's something I learned from the first debate with Smokes.
Man, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Real quick, man. Welcome to the panel, Harrison. You know I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you. Before I let you get your bars off, I gotta say this. And I gotta address my my big homie, man. Shout out to my big homie Ricky Williams. Happy birthday, G. Great job in your debate tonight. You know it ain't nothing but love and respect for you. Shout out to Ricky Williams, man. Happy birthday. Doing this thing over there.
Smoke on vacation. Damn.
Hey, do it big time over there, man. Big time. Shout out to Rick, man. Much love to you, Rick. Harrison, man. Welcome to the panel, my brother. What you got for me? Did you watch the debates tonight? What did you think about the debates?
Oh, yes, sir. Of course, they were wonderful. They were great. And watching after participating, it adds a particular perspective. Before, when I watched, I listened, and in some cases, I would feel like a person kept talking to the point where they were losing me in the points that they were trying to make. But in listening to what you were just talking about, and that's why I jumped on, because I'm learning, or I'm trying to learn, and listening to what you were just talking about, as far as using all of the time and driving your points home, regardless if it's 1 point or 5 points. Take all of the time that you can to use whatever information you can to drive your points home. It was funny. My boss was actually on the debates listening last night. I had actually shared the link with him, and he listened to it. And what he told me this morning in constructive criticism was I sound at work, where I'm trying to be very concise and short, because I know people above me are lazy and don't want to hear a bunch of shit. And what I need to do.
And you said that. I've heard you say that before. Real quick, I got your spreadsheet as well. And when I was looking through it, I was like, God, you had great information in there, but you utilized probably less than 10% of that information.
Yeah, I had too much, and the questions threw me off. And had I been given one of the questions that I had in there as a claim, I probably would have been able to throw some ether at the homie. But given the fact that the questions threw me off, and then I tried a different approach in being concise and not using all of the time, I think I screwed up. But I'm learning. So I just wanted to jump on and say thank you. I'm still learning. Baxiana gave me a lesson tonight, because she gave some fire, and she basically, it sounded like she did the same thing I did. She was rolling with paper, and I had a 7-tab spreadsheet. So she's my inspiration at this point. I'm trying to figure out how to balance the facts with the presentation and make sure that I'm talking my shit the way I need to be talking.
It's always.
I'm sorry, sir.
But when you have that initial, like your initial opportunity to actually be on the debate stage, right? And when you can bring different things in there. Yeah. I will say it is somewhat similar, y'all situation. The thing is this: what she took from it was, all right. And I will say, I got to be honest. When you debate somebody like BFTB, he gonna, if you notice in her cadence tonight, in what she brought to, she took a lot of what beat her and incorporated it into her game and made it very special. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is for you, I think what would be best, and I think this for everybody, I think you listen to the different debaters, you listen to those individuals who had success, and you incorporate bits and pieces. you still got to be yourself at the end of the day. You got to be you. But you listen to how people really debate and what is effective, and you try to incorporate that into your debate skills. And so I think she showed that to the fullest and to the match tonight. And shout out to Boxiana, man. She did her thing.
Definitely. Like I said, she's my inspiration. I'm
Definitely
trying to
did.
do it like she did. So definitely. But that was what I wanted to add to the conversation. I'm here in the chat listening. And
hold on, Harrison, before you go, I got to ask you this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got you on the panel, so I got to ask before you jump in. Errol Spence, Bud Crawford.
Oh, my God. Errol Spence is going to walk through Bud Crawford.
Hold on. Before we get that far.
Yes, sir.
They say it's made. Are you excited that it's made? Do you have that initial energy that you had from the beginning, and then go ahead and break down why EJ, in your opinion, beats Bud?
I am excited, and I said this earlier, I think, on BF's page. Like, I'm kind of a jackass about being excited or my excitement. My excitement isn't for the fact so much that Errol's going to get undisputed or that the fight is finally made. I'm excited to see Bud get his ass whooped for holding up the boxing industry for the last 6 months to a year. That's what excites me. I know what's coming, and he deserves it, and he's going to get it. So, I'm initially excited to see him get walked through. I'm expecting for Spence to step through him and to beat the wheels off of him, and then break the car down. I forget what cartoon was it where they would just take a car and beat the wheel. It was a game or something where it was Street Fighter, where you just beat the car down.
Street Fighter 2.
That's how he's going to treat that guy. That's what I see coming.
I ain't mad at it at all, man. Hey, I'm excited for it. I know my brother Leonard. Are you in the building? Real quick, Leonard, are you in the building? Leonard still having connection issues. I know my brother.
He said his mic ain't working. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do nothing about your mic, brother. I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah. I came up here to talk this Bud and Spence talk, man.
And you know that's what I was about to put it on you. I was sending it your way. I just let my brother Harrison break it down. I know you want to respond to it. That's why, and I like both opinions.
No, ask me a question. We got some time.
Here we go. Here we go right here. First off, in your opinion, and I heard you speak on the range, distance control. In your opinion, how does Bud control the range and distance in this fight, especially, or how do you feel he controls the range and distance in this fight? And then I'll speak on anything that you say.
Yeah, I'm gonna be even on this, man. I'm not gonna start out the gate just giving Bud all the credit. I'm just gonna. I mean, the way I see it, both these guys have two things they got to worry about. EJ has to worry about the counters, and Bud has to worry about the punching power. Because even though Bud might not be the most accurate dude when he's pressing you, he's kind of just throwing punches everywhere. He's picking up the pace. He's kind of spreading the love when it comes to the attack. He's changing levels. He's not really trying to be super accurate and catch you. He's really just trying to beat you up. So Bud has to get used to how much that EJ loads up on his shots. Like, he's not like swinging it way back, but he loads up every shot. Every shot's a power shot when it comes to Spence. So Bud's gonna have to adjust to that. Now, when it comes to Spence, he's gonna have to adjust to them counters. Because them counters gonna be coming fast. You see Crawford when he throws that right hook, when he throws them fat punches, when he throws them body shots, that stuff is coming fast and it's on target, pinpoint target. So I'm not sure if Spence. It's probably been a long time since Spence really got clipped like that. I mean, Ugas was the closest thing I've seen to him getting clipped on right on the button in a long time. So we'll see what happens when he gets clipped really hard. I mean, no one knows if he'll go straight down, if he'll get hurt. So, we have to see. I think it's going to be a shock when he gets hit, and he's going to possibly start boxing. He's going to start, taking his time. I don't think. I mean, it depends. It depends on what happens. If he goes down, I feel like when he gets up, he's putting that high guard up, and he's just going full blast after that. I mean, it all depends on what happens in the ring. This fight could go several different ways depending on who attacks first, and who struggles first, and who wants to rebound. So it all goes left and right, 50-50 fight,
A real 50-50 fight in his opinion. Sean T, my brother, welcome to the panel. We still waiting for the response to the money that was put up. We waited for it. We haven't received anything. I will let you know when I do. Shout out to you, my brother. Welcome to the panel. Do you want to respond to anything you just heard, or get your opening bars off?
Yeah. First of all, my man was flashing that bread, so hey, if you gonna show the money,
I will say this.
Yeah.
He did call me. I gotta call him back. He called me about 13.
I mean, you know what? I mean, whether
if
he does or if he doesn't, man, I'm cool either way. I'm not tripping. Like, I was just waiting for the fight to be announced so that if people really want to put that money up, then shit, I'm with it. You feel me? Now, as far as the fight itself goes, like, I really don't think that it's going to be as hard as what people think it is. I don't, like, you asked me a long time ago, Dub, and I had to think about that, right? You asked me, you said, what fight has Errol had that was 50-50? Because I was really saying that Bud's resume was pretty weak. And shit, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at this fight like it's not 50-50. I don't see it being 50-50. I think that Errol's work rate is too much. You know what I'm saying? If you have in the Sean Porter fight where Bud may have thrown like 300 and something punches, you feel me, for the entire fight, but then in the Ugas fight and some of the other fights, Errol is throwing damn near 100 punches around. It's like that the pressure and that work rate is going to throw Bud off, in my opinion. That jab, number one, because what Kell Brook did was he swole his eye up in like 2 rounds off of a jab. And then, Bud did what he does. He switches up. He turns southpaw and he confused Brook. But I think Derrick James and Errol and, Charlo, they're going to have something for that little switcheroo. I mean, you can, I can pass the mic on that. I'm just saying, man, I don't see it being that difficult.
I ain't mad at it, man. We got my brother Bullet in the building, man. Shout out to my brother Bullet. I know it's late night for you, bro. Welcome to the panel. You always got a platform over here. Man, give me your opening statements, brother.
What's good, fellas? I like to say what's up to the chat. Salute to the right side. Salute to everybody.
Hold on.
Salute.
Hold on. You were breaking up. Say it one more time, brother. You was breaking, but that might have been me. But I think it was you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good now. You good, brother.
All right. I was saying salute to everybody in the chat, and it was a lot of great debates tonight. And hold on. Can you come back to me because I'm trying to move this pallet real quick. 1 second.
All right, we ain't gonna worry about it. It's all good. Real quick, I want to ask this. I've been asking this question, John. I believe you answered it earlier, but I'm gonna ask it one more time, and I agree with you. And I want to ask for both fighters, because we finally got past the point of just nonsense and talking about everything but the fight. We can really focus on the fight now. The best attribute from best fighters. We're going to start with Bud. We'll pass it around. I know I'm going to start with my brother John for Bud, and then we're going to swing it back around the back way for EJ. So, Jay Nori, man, what you got? Yeah. Bud, best attribute. Leonard, we coming to you. Take yourself off mute if you can. If you can't, then we're going to skip you. We're going to Harrison, Sean T, Bullet. Then we're going to spin the block backwards about EJ. Go ahead, John Nori.
Yeah, Bud's best attribute is definitely his timing. I mean, he has the switch hitting, he has the athletic ability, but it's the timing that makes it all go. That makes it work. He has great ring generalship. He has boxing IQ, but his timing is what really makes him devastating. Because I've seen a lot of fights where the other guy has the physical abilities. He might be taller than him. He might be faster than Bud. They might have faster hands. I mean, Bud never. He's not really the physical specimen when it comes to these fights. Usually, he's outgunned in that, and when it comes to that, he's usually outweighed by somebody, or somebody's a little taller than him, or someone's a little more athletic than him, and he just has a way of just catching you when you really don't want to get caught. He has a way of just catching you when your hands are down, or you about to throw a punch where you think you about to hit him, and he just catches you, bam, right on the button. And when you're somebody who can do that, and you got all the tricks in the trade, and you got all the slickness with that, when you're a fighter who can just turn the lights off on somebody like that, it makes you a very, very formidable opponent. So EJ is going to have a tough time trying to catch his timing, because he has so many different type of punches he has in the arsenal. He's not really a samey kind of fighter. He's a pick'em fighter. He picks his shots depending on what you're doing. There's no blueprint when it comes to his attack. So you really can't prepare for it. You just have to go into the ring and just make adjustments as it goes on. So I'm going to leave it there. Lenard. Bullet? Anybody else got something?
I'll jump on it. If I had to...
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Harrison. Lenore, he got a ragged ass mic. Man. Respectful.
I was waiting my turn. I didn't want to jump in front of anybody, but yeah, if I was arguing in favor of Bud, I would say Bud's best quality is actually his meanness, his vindictiveness, and the fact that he has power to back that up. Like the gentleman just said, he can at times, given his opponent, have that one-hitter quitter. Do I think that's going to work against EJ? No, I've seen EJ take big punches, so I don't think that's going to work against EJ. But Bud does have one-hitter quitter or one-hitter fight-changing type power, where if he's able to time what you're doing, as the gentleman just said, he can impact the fight. But more than that, he has a vindictiveness that where every time you hit him with a good shot, he's going to try to come back and hit you back with an equally good shot. And to me, that as a fighter is why I think I like Bud. His foot movement used to be great. It's not so great anymore. He's more standing in the pocket nowadays, because I think his foot movement has kind of slowed down. So he's more in the pocket and trying to rip hard shots and trying to get people out of there. And so I think that's what's going to give him a problem with EJ. But in his defense, like the gentleman said, he has great timing. He has great accuracy. He has really good punching power, and he's vindictive. He's mean. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and if you hit the man, he's gonna hit you back. I can almost see something dirty happening in this fight, because the man is like he's gonna come back at you. Period. He ain't no punk bitch. Excuse my language.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at all. I understand what you're saying. I ain't gonna say punk bitch, but anyway, Sean T, what you got on it, my brother? What's Bud Crawford's best attribute?
Yeah, if you would ask me about his best attributes, I would have to say his knowledge of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a master of that ring. You know, it's just hard to gauge how great he is because he has been fighting lesser opponents. But I'll say even when he's fighting some of those guys and they're successful in some of the things that they're doing, he'll find like a weakness within their defense. It reminds me of something that Tank said when he was fighting Leo Santa Cruz. He was like, man, I couldn't believe that he threw those same 3 punches, you know what I mean, back to back to back. And that's when he hit him with that uppercut. So that's the same way that I see with Terrence Crawford. He studies. He'll wait till someone repeatedly makes the same mistake. With Sean Porter, I remember when Bomac or whoever was in the corner, they said that he was losing, and Bomac said, "Hey, he's not lunging in the way that we had trained for." And then that 10th round, that's what Sean Porter started doing, lunging in with both feet squared up. So Bud took advantage of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because evidently they had been working on that, and he saw the precise moment to capitalize. So, you know, just like when he jumped in the ring and took over for Bomac when it came to Maurice Hooker, it's like I've never seen a fighter have that much knowledge where they took over from a trainer in a corner. So I would have to say his knowledge, as well as being he's a complete fighter.
I agree with a lot of that. I agree with a ton of that. You know what I'm saying? And especially the part that you spoke on as far as Bomac went and him. I always say one of the great things about him is what? He's the one, he can make adjustments in the ring without his trainer necessarily giving him the adjustment. We
Absolutely.
had on the debate tonight, one of the questions early was who needs Derek James more, right? Excuse me. And I was telling my brother, if that was my question, one of the points I would have tried to make is that at the end of the day, I've seen this individual be successful with other trainers and make adjustments on his own, whereas I hadn't seen it from the other side. And I think that's when it comes to Bud, that's one of the great things about him is he has such a high ring IQ. He's such a skillful fighter, such a knowledgeable fighter, that he's able to take those things. And although Bomac can say, and it happened to Floyd. If you go back, go listen to Floyd and Roger. What Roger tell him? Floyd, no, just whoop his ass, right?
You gotta love that shit for Roger Mayweather.
but you understood the difference was no, you ain't got to do all that. Hey.
Only thing he used to say was,
knock his ass.
Stop hauling to the ropes.
His ass.
Kick his ass.
He ain't got the skills. Go out there and box. And it's one of the things where I feel like Bud is on that level now where I don't think EJ's necessarily there. I think Bud is on that level where when you say these type of things, he can figure it out for himself. You know what I mean? Like he understand what you're saying. He understand, okay, if this is what you're telling me, then this is the adjustment, if that makes sense. And so I just think, man, we got to give Bud credit for it. Bullet, what you got on it, man? What's Bud's best attribute? Then we got to get my brother Rick Timms in here from the south side of Texas. No affiliation with Jay Prince, if anybody knows. I just got to put that out there.
OG.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I was gonna say, my bad earlier. I had to move a pallet. Again, salute to all the fellas of the debate and stuff like that. But yeah, Bud's best attribute is like basically everything y'all said. His mindset, his timing, and his punch placement. Like he remembers certain combinations as the fight goes on. I knew, like I watch Bud a lot because like when I have a fighter that I like and I know that they're finna fight another fighter, I go to studying that other fighter like I'm finna fight. So I see Bud, he like to throw like certain combinations, and then like he'll go to different things and do something. Even when he switch sides, he'll do something else, and then in the midst of the fight, he remember your combination that you threw, and he goes right back to revert to a combination that he can use against it, and that's how he get a lot of guys up out of there. And he's tough too. He got I know people want to say Bud chinny. Bud got a good chin, man, and that boy there mean. He's mean and he got decent feet. We're not talking about Errol, so I'll get to him next. But yeah, his mindset.
Yo, Dub, I gotta get out of here. I got some back end money to deal with.
Hey man, go do your thing, man.
But you know, today I had the victory, and now it's time to celebrate. I'm gonna holler at y'all. I see y'all next week, man. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Deuce.
Much love, my brother. Much love.
Yes, sir.
We got my brother Rick Timms in the building, man. A huge Bud fan. Same question, Rick. Man, what's Bud's best attribute, bro? Welcome to the panel, my brother.
Right side, what's up with it? Right side panel, everybody in the chat. Salute, salute, salute. Man, to me, Bud's best attribute is also his worst flaw, and that's his stubbornness. Bud is real nasty, and his stubbornness is what takes him to victory. And against an opponent like Errol, it can also take him to defeat. The dude don't like to get hit. He don't like to get one up. You know, if somebody get him flush, if he hear the audience respond, oh man, he got to get his get back. Man, you ain't finna hit me. What? You know, he go up a tick. I saw that live and in color. You know, in Madison Square Garden Theater when I saw him fight Hank Lundy in person. Him and Hank got in a little tussle in there, and before you know it, Bud extinguished him right thereafter. Same with Mean Machine. Mean Machine dropped the fuck out of Bud. You know, and the ref called it a slip, but man, he dropped my dude, man. That right caught Bud. His knees gave out. He tried to hang on the Mean Machine, and he tried to play it off, but deep down, he knew that white boy dropped him. And what he did after that, he got nasty and he got rid of him. So Errol definitely gonna hit him, and he gonna hit him a lot. So, dawg, right side, when you say you gotta give Bud his credit, you're damn right you gotta give him his credit. Everybody just making it sound like this just finna be just a super clean sweep. Errol just gonna just wipe him out. But dog, Errol finna face somebody with talent that he's never faced before too. You know, this ain't just no one-way street here, folks. Both of these men finna climb in the ring with somebody that's never lost, that don't want to lose, that want this undisputed. Man, both of these brothers finna fight they goddamn hard side. And y'all thinking Bud just finna get ramshacked? If he get ramshacked, he gonna get ramshacked swinging. So, dog, in a nutshell, that's to me his stubbornness is his best attribute, because I love it. You know, it's similar to mine. You know, that never give up. I don't give a fuck about the odds. I'ma overcome them, and that's what it's gonna take to beat this type of talent, because Errol is coming like a goddamn freight train. And I'm so ready to see it, because I never gave the fuck up on it. All these motherfuckers every goddamn day in these chats been blasting me, telling me I'm stupid. Man, you drinking the Kool-Aid. Bud a duck. Yeah, he duck. Bud never gonna fight him. Well, bitch, he fighting him now. And motherfucker steady dragging him, man, after he done agreed. Now look, I'm glad. Look, let me take it here, right side.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
Listen, the Mexican Ryan Garcia ducked the black man Tank. Okay, he called Tank out, FaceTime on Mike Tyson. Then he ran talk about mental illness. He ducked. Loma, the white boy, ducked the other black man, Devin Haney. He declared franchise, gave up the goddamn belt. They want to jug Devin with email, but it was because the white boy ducked him. Well, now, Bud, black man, ducked this other black man, Errol, and he getting drugged like a motherfucker, more than the Mexican and the white boy from ducking black men. So don't let me just get real funky about it, dog. Because this black man getting more hell than the Mexican and the white boy for ducking. And the Mexican and the white boy finally got in the ring, and they both got their ass whooped. So Bud gonna have to change that mold, because everybody expecting him to get his ass whooped, and rightly so, because he ducked the goddamn smoke. I'm done, dog.
No, hey, I appreciate it because it coming from a place of, hey, I know how you rock with Bud, bro. I know how you do. So it's coming from a place of truth and honesty, bro. You ain't got nothing but respect for that. Man, I got my brother G5 on the panel, man. I got to shout my brother G5 out. Let him get his opening words. So, G5, man, welcome to the panel, my brother. You know it ain't nothing but love and respect. Man, you heard what my brother Rick said. I mean, damn. And I want to go back to the debates because I do have Tony on here, and I want to ask Tony about the debates. But I mean, damn, what Rick said was powerful right there. G5, it's on you, my brother. What you got for me?
Man, it's like this. What you did to get here don't change. You know what I'm saying? How we got in this EJ and Bud fiasco, you know what I'm saying? Your actions don't change because you signed the contract. Now, I will say if they gonna keep this shit straight down the middle, you can't give a fucking Ryan Garcia credit when he done pulled out at least 6 fights and ducked fighters multiple times and clout chase for forever. People was giving him some moral type of credit. Now, do I agree with what Bud was doing? Fuck no. Hell no, I don't. But at this point now, hey, the fight is here. So, just like niggas like, well, damn, at least he got in the ring. You know, Bud heard all that shit. Shit, Ryan Garcia got more heart than Bud. So I was hoping that triggered a lot of these fighters to get in the ring. But Bud did put himself in position to get his ass bashed. You know what I'm saying? That we call those self-inflicted wounds. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta eat that shit for that play the shit crow. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. Now, then we got the fight. It's showtime now. I ain't forgot about the shit it did, but I ain't worried about it. Shit, you are contractually obligated. And if you try to do some funny shit in this fight now, you going to court. You see what I'm saying? So now it's kind of similar situation that I said in Ryan Garcia. He already signed his name on the dotted line. Without no black and white being paperwork, you ain't got no goddamn business. And once you put your name on that motherfucker, you are obligated. So now, if it's signed already, I hope it is. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people wait till a few days or the week of the fight to actually put their name on the contract. So, you know what I'm saying? We announced everything, that's all good, but that don't mean everybody didn't sign the contract because EJ and Sean Porter didn't sign to the day of or the day before. So, I mean, we got to announce, we got the venue, we got the date. I need to see the tickets start to go on sale, man, because I need 2 of them pronto. And before it's the fight, though,
hold on. Before we get to the fight, I got 2 questions for you. The first question: did you just say you wanted tickets? Did you say tickets?
Hell yeah! I'm going.
Now, real quick, me and my brother Harrison, he on the panel right now. We was
I
in
KQ. What's good?
We was in KQ chat earlier today. This is a true story. We was in this chat earlier, and Harrison was like, "Bro," and I didn't even look at it at the time. But he was like, man, I went in, I was just going to look. Or no, he was like, damn, to sit in the Z section, it's $2,500 or some shit. And I was like, man, let me go see what these tickets are. How the fuck the tickets on sale? And they just announced the damn fight. How the tickets on sale? I went and looked this shit up, bro. I put this on everything I love. Harrison, tell me if I'm wrong, brother. It was like 3 tickets. No, it was 6 tickets left. It was 6 tickets
I thought
left.
I was wrong. I'm going to tell you something, Dub. I actually looked at that. I looked at it after we talked about it. Like thinking, damn, I hope I didn't give Dub bad information. But that was the first. I was just looking at the arena to see how much it would hold as capacity to say, wow, if they get ticket prices up, he may do like this $1 million gate based upon the capacity.
I literally Googled. I just was like, man, tickets for Spence Crawford, whatever.
It was like 6 tickets left on there.
They said it was
$2,100.
And the cheapest one, I think one was like $1,900.
Yeah, that was if you bought 4 for 2 to 4 or something.
Right. And so
you can have them hoes.
All I'm saying, but this is the problem. The tickets ain't even have they even gone on damn sale? What are we talking about?
What? You know what's gonna happen though?
The aftermarket price, the aftermarket price could be $5,000.
See, what's gonna happen is some people ain't gonna make it. some of them prices gonna remain. Some of them prices gonna remain, and they gonna have to drop them hoes. Because one thing about EJ, he dropped his tickets. You see what I'm saying? You know, where people can go because that helps people able to get to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get,
he can do
they
that shit
business.
in Texas. He can't do that shit in Vegas, bro.
Bro, just hear me out. Hear me out. What I'm saying is, they gonna get a certain amount of them tickets to where they feel like they made their money. Then they gonna start dropping the prices. Now, I ain't saying it's gonna be a significant drop, but them motherfuckers will drop some. Because they put it in Vegas. I wish it was in Texas. Goddamn. Ah man, I wish it was in Texas.
Hey, the price would be much better in Texas. I agree with that.
And man, and just you talking about you put Spence and Crawford at AT&T Stadium. It's gonna be, man, that bitch gonna be full to the rail. If you want to see a sold out crap, man, that motherfucker will be jam packed. Even if it ain't in Dallas, put it in Houston. Shit, we got big arenas out there too. We got Reliance Stadium, all that shit. Toyota Center, all that stuff. It don't matter. It's just like go to where it's a big venue, man.
Quick, though, hold on, real quick. I gotta do this. I gotta get my brother Tony in here. And the reason being, Tony just had a dominant performance. I mean, respectfully to my brother Goon, respectfully, he got the shit beat out of him. Tony, you showed up and you showed out, brother. You showed up and you showed out. Tony, give me your opening thoughts on your performance tonight, what you're looking forward to in the debate, and then we'll get to the topic of conversation.
Before we get into that, hold on, is it working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Okay, the pitch is fucking me up because it's not moving because I changed it to Goblins. Anyways, question for you, Dub, before I get into that. In the last round, Goon said that he knows that Mares was undefeated. I don't ever remember saying that Mares was undefeated when we fought Leo. I just said that Leo gave him 2 out of his 3 losses. Did I say he was undefeated?
No. What I was saying, I was saying that I wasn't saying you said it. I was saying he was agreeing with something. And when I say agree, I understand where you're coming from. But what I was saying is what he was saying and agreeing to, according to him, that Abner Mares was undefeated. I was saying that was incorrect because he had been knocked out by Gonzalez in a second round or some shit. And so,
but my only question was, I heard him say it, but I don't remember saying that.
Maybe I used the wrong terminology as far as agreeing. I'm saying that and the reason I say agreeing because he said I agree that Abner Mares was undefeated. That's why I really used the term agreeing, but I wasn't saying you were saying it. I was saying that.
No, but that wasn't my question. I just wanted to ask you if I said it because I didn't remember saying that. I remember he said it, but it didn't come from me because I knew that was wrong when he said it, and I started thinking to myself, did I fuck up and say that?
Man, I don't remember you saying it specifically. I just remember I remember hearing it from him, and when I heard it, I was just like, you can't say you agreeing with this, and I know this, man, when I know this for a fact. So,
yeah, I just wanted to clear that out because it kind of like confused me for a moment when he said that. Like, I'll take it, thank you, but that would have been incorrect. So I was just trying to stay factual. But anyways, the debate was good. I'm from New York. Like, that shit's like normal day. Like, we're born talking, born debating. So, it's just another day in the park. But he did good. Even though y'all said it was a sweep, there's always levels, and I think he did very well. I don't think he did a bad job. He did, like most people, when they would have got that far behind, would have started stuttering, would have got flustered, would have gave up, would have not had the same confidence. So he kept the same energy the whole way through. So I give him credit all day long.
Yeah, no, he fought. He kept fighting. He didn't turn it in. He kept fighting, but it was a easy victory. So. Now I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next in the next round. But I want to ask you the question, and I'm gonna kind of go back and forth. Oh, never mind. I want to ask you now. Man, we got Terrence, Bud, Crawford, Errol, Spence. The next question is going to be about Errol, but at this current moment in time, What is Terrence Bud Crawford's best attribute?
So, like, I'm very happy this fight is happening, but I'm mad at the same time. Because whenever the tweet came out that it was happening, I didn't believe it. So I spent like hours on a thumbnail, and I normally don't make thumbnails, and I can't use that fucking thumbnail because they both verified the fight's happening. So I wasted my time. What Bud brings to this could be his downfall. He's very aggressive. When he gets hurt, he likes to turn up the pressure even more. When you're fighting, and the other thing too is he likes to come forward a lot. Yes, he counter punches, but a lot of people have never, like, in fact, thinking back against Bud, all his fights, I don't ever remember a fighter exploiting his body like I know Spence is going to do. Spence is going to go down low more than he's going to go up high. And when you're coming in and not pulling back, you're going to be running into body shots. So I don't know, like, I've been back and forth in this fight. I've had it 50-50. I've had Spence. I've had Bud throughout all the years. One's 35, one's 33. Bud's a gym rat. We all know Errol Spence isn't. So age-wise, I think they're probably pretty even. I don't think 35 is going to matter because I think realistically, Errol Spence is a lot older than 33 by his lifestyle. But at the end of the day, I still think it's 50-50, but I think Bud gives Errol every advantage he needs. Like, Bud is going to play into all of Errol Spence's strengths. And when you look at Bud fight, he's not used to being the guy going backwards. He's not used to being the guy only fighting from the outside, only trying to jump in, jump out. And I feel like that's how he has to approach this fight. He can't go in there like he's the bigger guy. He can't go in there like he's the bull. He can't go in there like that. He's got to be the matador, because if he tries to be a bull, he might get ran over. So, yeah, it's 50-50, but I don't know.
Damn, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at all. Harrison, man, question for you. We're gonna spin it that way. Harrison, coming to you. What is shout out to my brother Smoke in the building. Shout out Rolling in a Photo in the building, man. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I missed y'all know, charge it to my head, not my heart. Man, Harrison, look, Errol Spence. They call him the truth. What's his best attribute?
Okay, well, for me, I was actually just talking about it in the chat with Mr. Rollo. For me, Errol Spence has two attributes, well, three that I'm going to name, that combine into who he is, that I think makes him, and to be honest, anybody that, not anybody, but others that come from under Derrick James, special fighters. And there's three things. Let me see if I don't smoke too much to remember them. Number one, engine. I don't know if anybody's ever seen training videos like we're going to see in the All Access or whatever, but every time they show video of the gym that Spence is training, and they always like look at the thermometer, and it's always like 110, 120 degrees in that son bitch. And I'm like, yo, he in there sparring like that? Are you serious? And then, I mean, it's just hot in general in Texas. Now, I know it's a dry heat or whatever, but that man is running hard in that heat and then training hard in that hot of a building. That building don't look very expensive, like it got the best air conditioning system in it. I've never been into it, but it doesn't look that privileged. It looked kind of hardcore. And so every time I see that, to me, anybody coming out of training in those conditions, it's almost like I won't say it's Ann Wolf style, because Ann Wolf I heard was almost barbaric, but it to me, you have an engine. And so the first quality or the first tangible that I give Errol Spence that I like is motor. He doesn't slow down. He speeds up as the fight goes on, like a Mexican or a Latino. He has that motor. He can start out a little bit slow at times, but he has pop that even if you think you're starting out fast and you pop him, he's as vindictive as Bud. He's gonna pop you back as well. So first thing is motor. Second thing that I like about EJ, or that I think is EJ has an intent, he has great boxing skill. A lot of people don't give him credit for the boxing skill that he has, because he's able to come forward on people the way he's able to come forward. But against Mikey Garcia and against Sean Porter, to me, inside fighting is just as important or good as outside fighting, which he displayed against Mikey Garcia, is just as good as chasing the man down like he did in Kell Brook. He had to first take everything Kell Brook gave and outlasted him into the later rounds of the fight and then beat the brakes off that man. He has a determination there that's just crazy. So those are the first two things. It's one, motor, two, skill, because he has that technical skill there. It's not missing. He just has it in multiple facets. You don't have to see it in the same thing and the same way to appreciate it. I think that's where we get lost sometimes in watching boxing. If somebody's dancing around the ring for 12 rounds and coming out pretty, oh, they're the best boxer in the world. Whereas if somebody displays, hey, look, I'm going to fight this guy on the inside because that's his game, and I'm going to beat him at his game. Then I'm going to fight this guy on the outside because people say that I can't, and that's his game. I'm going to beat him at his game. Or I'm going to go to this guy's country and beat him in his hometown just out of my sheer will and determination. Like, yeah, so one, motor, two, boxing skill, and then I think also, as I alluded to earlier, Spence has an intangible advantage at trainer because DJ is able to not only tell Spence but kind of show Spence what to do, and he's able to give him more technical guidance. Where they were talking in the debate tonight about who needs EJ, who needs DJ more, and between Charlo and EJ, and to be honest, it's a split decision. I mean, Charlo was good before DJ because he was oh my God, what's the guy's name? Shields. He was with Shields
Ronnie
before
Shields,
that,
man.
and he was good. And he was good before that.
And yeah, go ahead. My bad.
I'm sorry. I'm about to shut up. He was good with Shields before that, but he's better, I think, even with the losses with DJ. EJ, on the other hand, he's getting that good information, and I think that's just being able to respond to the stuff that you see in the ring as it's happening in real time. That's an advantage. And I'm done. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to take up so much time.
No, I ain't mad at you. Man. Real quick, man, we got my brother Phil in the building, man. The Fix. If y'all not sub to The Fix, man, y'all go sub to my brother channel. Phil, man, welcome to the platform, brother. You know it ain't nothing but love and respect. Man, first things first, did you catch the debates tonight? Did you have any thoughts on where the tournament is after the conclusion of the first round? And then we're gonna cook on the fight that we just got, man. EJ, the big fight. EJ versus Bud, man. Welcome to the platform, Phil, man. The floor is yours, my brother.
Yeah, man. I've been following the debates, man. I think as far as the first round is concerned, I think it's going probably how I envisioned it going, honestly. I think I might have got one wrong so far as far as, predicting who was going to win the debate.
Was it me? It had to be me.
It was you, bro. It was you.
I got robbed, man. No, I didn't.
It definitely was you, bro. But it's all good, man. But yeah, I've been following it, man. So it's been exciting, man. I've been enjoying it. Been getting me through my days and my evenings and everything. So that's what's up. Even if I don't catch it, I go and play it back. So yeah, that is what it is. But as far as I'm happy that this fight is finally made. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on, before we go there, I gotta ask this. I want to ask this. Because I want to hear your opinion on the fight, and I want to hear everybody's opinion on the fight. But I gotta ask you this first. Bud best attribute. What is Bud's best attribute?
Oh man, that's easy, man. Bud's best attribute is the fact that he's the most, or I would say top 2 reactive fighters in the business right now. I mean, he's super duper reactive. He's able to maximize the smallest of mistakes in an instance. That's his biggest attribute. If you make the slightest move in the wrong direction and Bud spots it, he is able to react. His brain is able to tell him, hey, you need to hit him right now, and his body does it. To me, he's probably the most reactive fighter in the business. And he's always in shape. So to me, that's 2 great attributes that Bud Crawford has, without a doubt.
All right, and I'm gonna let you get it started. Then I'm gonna go to Rick, then Bullet. Since I already let my brother Harrison answer the question, what's Spence's best attributes?
Oh man, Spence's best attribute, I would say that his consistency. So the thing about Spence is you know what you're going to get with Spence, right? But even if you know what you're going to get, it's all about having the ability to stop it from coming, right? And I think that when you fight a guy like Spence, you need to understand that whatever his game plan is, he's going to stick to it and he's going to be in shape the whole entire fight. As my man just mentioned a few minutes ago that, as far as him being in the gym, putting himself through that gauntlet, preparing his body for 12 hard-fought rounds, Spence is going to do that, right? With all his antics outside of the ring and everything, whenever he's in training camp, he's 100% business. And you can tell when he steps inside of the ring because, a lot of people like to say that he picks up the pace. I don't necessarily feel that way. I feel that he's just consistent throughout the fight, and when his opponent is wearing down, he still is on whatever level he began to fight on. Whatever you see in round 1 from Errol Spence Jr., just be prepared to see that in round 10. And if you're not, then that's when you're going to, run into a brick wall or run into some serious problems. To me, that's his biggest attribute outside of his, body attack. I like his body attack. He's one of the few guys in boxing that attacks the body relentlessly, and it's a part of his game plan, without a doubt. So I think that's an attribute of Errol Spence Jr.
I ain't mad at it, man. My brother Rick in the building, man. The OG, man. Rick from the south side of Houston, no affiliation with Jay Prince. Rick, man, what you got, man? EJ, what's his best attribute, bro?
Rick, you from Sunnyside?
Absolutely.
Man, Rick, I think I met you before, man. I'm gonna let you cook though. Go ahead.
So,
hold on, real quick. I apologize, Rick. Phil, you from the south side of Houston?
Nah, man, I live out here in the Houston area. I'm in I'm in a suburb, but yeah.
Okay.
I used to work over there at Sunnyside, so.
Yeah. That was my brother from.
Yeah. I'm in Third Ward right now, but I'm 7 minutes away from Sunnyside. I just left the hood, but to me, Errol's best attribute is his relentless pursuit, man. The dude is a constant onslaught. He's like an avalanche. In NFL football terms, if Bud would be Barry Sanders, Errol would be Jim Brown. A lot bigger, stronger, just as fast. Errol is a 4-down back, not a 3-down back. You hand the ball off to Errol, let him run in between the tackles and guards. He gonna get you 4 yards every time. Yards after contact. So his brutality, no doubt, is his best attribute. When he constantly beating up on you, it decreases your offense and it start making you think about defense a lot more. So he's a hell of a goddamn puzzle to solve. And man, Bud got his hands full. Cause Errol is the truth, for real.
He didn't get that nickname for no reason. All positive. We about to come to you next, but we come to you right after I get my brother Bullet in here. Bullet, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. Yeah, I'm here.
I gotta get your opinion. What is Errol the True Spence Jr.? What is his best attribute?
Errol's best attributes is his timing and punch placement, and his motor. Like Harrison said, his motor is like unreal. Like it's like I've said before. A lot of guys don't really understand how to fight for real. And I don't think they know how tiring it is to actually be punching for a long time and the amount of time that Errol do. Or just punching in general. Like most street fights and stuff, last in reality like 30 seconds. So people not real talk. Because like I said, I've been in so many fights. Like I know how to get out for real, but I'm not saying I'm no boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the difference. And his punch placement is crazy, man. He know how to punch in between people's punches. Bud do that too, but Errol, man, it's his timing. Because people think he looks slow, man. Errol, it's like him and Haney. Yeah, I gotta say Devin Haney because that's one of my favorite fighters as well. They speed with their punches. You may look at it and be like, oh, that shit looks slow, but it's actually they punching right at the perfect time, and they slow down their punches and they speed them up at different speeds. And Errol is the type that he'll hit you anywhere. Like he'll be throwing his jab, hitting you to the body. You start blocking, he hitting you to your arms, hitting your elbows, like breaking your body down. And then he start going to your body. That's why people really slow down. And Errol do damage, man. That's a dangerous guy. And he actually got good feet. Some people gonna say, nah, Errol ain't got good feet. He got good feet in the sense of he'll pivot forward like slightly. He'll pivot forward slightly to give you an illusion that he's right there. And then he got a wide base just like Devin Haney. So they got a wide base where they can lean back and keep their foot in the same spot and able to snap right back in the same right back where they need to as you're punching, which allows them to punch in between people punching. So yeah, that's what I got.
Man, mad at
Peace,
it,
y'all.
man. Mad at it,
Peace.
brother. Shout out to my brother DJ Black Charm, man. Shout out to my brother All Positive. I gotta get All Positive in here, then we coming to you, DJ. All Positive,
Gotcha.
are you in the building? Speak to me.
I'm in the building, man.
Man, as always, it ain't nothing but love and respect. Brother, the question is for tonight, and now, because y'all late, I say that respectfully, you got to answer double questions.
All right.
Okay.
I need the best attributes from Bud, the best attributes from EJ. What do you have on that All Positive?
Well, I think the man took the last two to just answer. He took one of my answer. I think his footwork is one of his best attributes because
who we talking? We talking
I'm
about EJ.
talking about Spence.
I thought we talking about EJ, but I just wanted to make sure for the people.
Yeah. It's footwork because Spence doesn't really have fast hands, like super quick hands, but the way he cuts off the ring, like a guy that are fast, and he cuts the ring off and he hits him to the elbows, hits him to the body, he hits something. It's a relentless attack, but he has good foot. Like, we talked about Boots not being able to cut off the ring. Spence can cut the ring. The guy that Boots fought last fight, Spence would have got him out of that about 8 or 9 rounds. he would have cut him off and just seriously just broke him down. But it's one of his footwork is one of the things that a lot of people don't see, and a lot of times it looks like his relentless attack. It looked like he might be losing the fight because he's not flashy, and I've seen people online say, well, he was losing against Kell Brook before he quit. Like, no, he wasn't. He was beating Kell Brook up, man. He was not losing that fight. Kell Brook quit. You know what I'm saying? He was beating him up bad. So and that's one of his things, like his body attack, relentless attack, and his footwork. As far as Bud, I think being able to be a switch hitter and his hand speed is one thing for Bud. Bud has faster hands than Spence. You know what I'm saying? And he's able to switch, go from right to lefty, but he's been fighting righty a lot. Like once we get into the southpaw stance, he'll stay there, and he likes to throw that check hook from the southpaw stance. But that's not gonna work with Spence. I'm hoping he doesn't do that with Spence, because if he does, it might be a very long night for him. He needs to fight from the right hand stance against Spence, because the southpaw stance is just not gonna work. And he needs to start early as well. He's starting late is not gonna work for him there either. But yeah.
So real quick, All Positive, you saying he need to stay in that orthodox stance from the beginning?
Stay from the beginning to the end.
Now when I want to add, and I got to get my brother DJ in here. I just want to ask you this real quick. When the last time we seen Bud do that?
I can't remember. Tell you the truth, I can't tell you.
Man,
I do not know.
Man, shout out to my brother DJ Black Charm. Welcome to the panel, man. Appreciate you coming through. It ain't nothing but love and respect as always, my brother. Hey, same question for you. Best attributes for Bud, best attributes for EJ. And then I want to hear everybody break down on who's gonna win the fight and why, and we'll just open it up from there.
All right. So for me, what make it exciting, attributes that I enjoy the most for Bud Crawford is his first of all his ability to stay lateral the whole time. Even when somebody started to touch him up, he got the ability to stay lateral, so they can't uh, gain so much. They can't get so much advantage, and he by him staying lateral, I wouldn't call it because the athletic ability to stay lateral, he started to gain momentum. Some folks probably feel like it's a miracle or whatever, but that's one of his best attributes that he able to, what I'm saying, somebody punch their face, he switch whether the orthodox, southpaw, whatever, he in any stance, he able to stay lateral or whatever, and he make it difficult for his opponents to get any type of momentum, and that frustrates them. Most of them, you know what I'm saying, and they start throwing wild, trying to keep him out of his lateral movement, and that's what allowed him to, be able to hit him with a power bump or with a power shot from either hand, because he know how to, remain. Now with EJ, his best attribute, to me, I wouldn't call it. Well, it is his motion. For me, I like the way that EJ he fight in the motion. As far as he ain't too tough trying to hold you. So he punching and he putting his guard back from any, like if he throw a jab, he bringing the guard back. If he throw a straight, he bring the guard back, and he doing everything in motion. So it's hard for his opponent to attack him because he stand, even with his punch, even when every time he throw a punch, he on the defense with his guard, and so I think the way he shields up his catch and shoot, I think that's the best attribute EJ got, how he can catch a punch and shoot one back from any hand. So yeah, that's the best one to me, is catch and shoot.
And while I was listening to this, I'm gonna be honest. I love the breakdown that you just gave. But it made me think of this. Well, fuck it, if we're gonna do attributes, what are their biggest weaknesses? What do y'all see the individual biggest weaknesses?
So since I'm going, I start with Errol Spence. His biggest weakness is anticipating shots that he feel like he know the shots are there, you know what I'm saying, and he tend to expose that he's trying to throw certain punches or whatever. So I think that's the biggest weakness. For me, Bud Crawford's biggest weakness is trying to retaliating every time he somebody hit him hard, somebody punch him hard. But that's all for me.
Everybody can respond. It's open. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with him. One thing about Terrence Crawford, one of his weaknesses that he gets into a fight when he doesn't have to. Like if someone hits him, he has to let him know, like, look, you hurt me, but I'm still here, and I'm gonna tough it out. Another weakness I've seen from Crawford is that Crawford does not slip a lot of punches. He pulls straight back, and that can be a problem with someone with a longer reach than him. Like he's worked to his advantage because he's fought a lot of guys where he's had a bigger reach than, like, when he fought Gamboa. Gamboa has a smaller reach than him, but Gamboa was able to tag him because he pulls back a lot on his punches. Errol Spence, one of his weaknesses is, even though he has good footwork, he does not fight on the balls of his feet a lot because he puts everything into the punches he throws, and he fights flat-foot a lot, putting it all in the punches that he throws. Even though he does have good footwork, he doesn't fight on the balls of his feet. And that's what I think a lot of weakness for him is. Like, if you stick and move with him, you can stay away from him, but eventually he's going to catch you.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad, man. Anybody else? Harrison, Bullet, Rick Timms, Phil. What's the weaknesses of these fighters that we're talking about right now?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm trying to park my machine. Give me 1 second.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
Yeah, I mean, I can go ahead and tell you what I feel the weaknesses are. Well, to me personally, I think the biggest weakness of Errol Spence Jr. is sometimes he gets complacent and he throws lazy jabs. He's always coming forward. I just think that at times seems like he loses focus during the fight at points of the fight, right? I don't think he's going to be able to do that against Bud Crawford. Now, the thing about Bud Crawford is his biggest weakness, I think, is his ability to fight with both hands and being a switch hitter. You know, I think personally, he wastes a lot of time sometimes playing with guys in the ring. I think sometimes he lets the fight linger around longer than it has to be. What he needs to do, he needs to go in there and he needs to find a style, whether it's orthodox or southpaw, and he needs to stick with that when he fights against Errol Spence. Now, he can switch hit, but it has to be at the right time. I don't think he has time to play around with it like I've seen him do in his last few fights. Because I think in certain stances, he's vulnerable. You understand what I'm saying? I think the southpaw stance, I think he's a lot more vulnerable in the southpaw stance from an offensive standpoint. But, you know, truly from a defensive standpoint. But I think his southpaw he's better in his southpaw from an offensive standpoint. But defensively, I don't think he's as good. So, you know, he's just going to have to come in there. He's going to have to pick a stance that he wants to fight in, and he's going to need to use that to his advantage. He's not going to be able to take shots from Errol Spence Jr. trying to figure out which stance he wants to fight in.
In your opinion, what would you say you think he should fight in?
Orthodox.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah, make it an open stance match. But
y'all don't think Bud Crawford? I think he kind of tight when he get in the southpaw. I think he got some flavor and he a little more relaxed.
He is, but this is the problem. This is my problem with it.
He's very offensive and he's very, very offensive in the southpaw stance. I agree with that. But from a defensive standpoint, I don't like him in the southpaw stance. That's just my opinion.
He's very irresponsible. But this is the thing, though, and my problem is if he wants to fight that fight from a southpaw stance, right? It takes away a lot of his offensive ability that he normally has and the advantages that he has. When he goes to that southpaw stance, he can use different angles against individuals who are orthodox. When you're fighting the southpaw, I think he will have a better chance fighting this fight from a completely orthodox style. He's not gonna out southpaw, bro. It's not gonna happen, in my opinion. And then it makes it more of a fight there as well. Errol Spence jab, at least, and one thing I think Bud has to do in this fight, he has to nullify the jab from the beginning. What's the easiest way to nullify the jab from a southpaw? You pick it. You sit there and you control the lead hand. And you
can hook off the jab too. That's what I would recommend.
You can hook up, but at the same time, this is the thing. If you hooking up the jab and if he's expecting this and see it coming, the jab is still effective. And so you gotta nullify it now. You can always hook off the jab. I ain't mad at that. I'm just saying you gotta nullify it early. If you allow Errol Spence to have early success with his jab, he's gonna close the distance easily. He's gonna make it a fight that it doesn't need to be for Bud. If it becomes a completely inside fight, Bud gonna lose that fight.
I agree. If it becomes an inside fight, I do think that EJ is a better inside fighter. I mean, we could all look at the film and we could tell that. But I think Bud is better at mid range, but EJ is definitely better inside.
How you get up? What's what do? You jab your way where?
You jab your way inside.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta nullify that early, bro. You cannot allow him to get that off on you, bro. You gotta control that lead hand, and the best way to do it is gonna be in the orthodox stance. I mean, it's a very interesting.
But let me ask you something though, Dub. Do you think that's really a possibility? I think Errol Spence is gonna get his jab off. It's all about what offense he creates off the jab. That's gonna be the tail of the fight. He's gonna get that jab off. He throws it entirely too much, so he's gonna have some success with it. It's all about what he's going to follow up with after the jab? What you think about that?
You know what he's gonna follow up with after the jab.
Mm-hmm. I'm asking you though. What you think though?
He gonna go with the for that body shot. But Bud got that step back.
But this is he gonna once again jab his way to where he want to be, and he gonna open up on the rib cages as always. This is what we seen him at. They don't call him a body snatcher for no reason. One of the best body punches in the game. We know where he's gonna go. You can't allow him to get there. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to stop that early. How do you stop that?
Yeah, so Bud got that fast ass step back, man, and for sure, most of his career he been successful with that motherfucker.
I wanted to say one thing. I remember somebody earlier. I remember Dub asked a question earlier. When was the last time Bud was successful fighting most of the fight from the orthodox stance? And it was against Amir Khan. Amir Khan, I think he started off southpaw because he wanted to start off fast, and then he hurt him, and then he switched to because Amir Khan started throwing back, but around this time Amir Khan was kind of shot, so Bud switched to orthodox and went to putting it on his ass, and he beat him down pretty good, real bad. So yeah, but
made him quit, man.
Yeah, but the thing about Bud, this is why I say one of his weaknesses is Bud's defense is really his athleticism. He don't really have no defense where he's catching your punch and slipping or like he'll block. He'll try to use the guard, the blocking, all that stuff. But he'll try to, when he's blocking, he would try to come forward to smother you, and then because he know how to wrestle as well. He'll smother you, and then he'll stop where he'll get it in. He'll push back because he's got quick reflexes. He'll get in that mid range where he's able to put his punches together. Bud don't really have no real defense on the inside. His defense is really like he got a good head movement where he snap his that thing that Shakur got. Shakur got the same thing where they good upper body movement because Bud don't got the same legs. Now back in the days, Bud used to have the leg movement to get him out of spot. But now that's why he's able to get hit more because he don't have the same legs. But he has that athleticism. That's really his defense. I think Errol jab will be able to hit him. And Errol don't just jab in the same spot. See, that's the thing people don't realize. Errol jabs in different levels. He'll jab to the body, he'll jab to the head. And I think Phil said this. One of Bud's things, I've never really seen him fight nobody that went to his body for real. He's never really had no guy that went to his body, and Errol is going to go to his body. Bud is stubborn where he will. I ain't gonna say he's gonna stand in front of Errol, because at this point I'm just speaking all the things that Errol can do. I can see Bud landing some shots, and I think he's really what's gonna surprise him is he's gonna hit Errol with a good shot, and he's not gonna have the effect that he think he's gonna have. That's what I genuinely think.
I ain't
I'll
mad
jump
at
in on that. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Harrison. Go ahead.
I just wanted to jump in on that because I was liking what he was saying. And I wanted to ask somebody because I cannot remember who was it that touched Bud to the body and showed that he was soft there, because that's what everybody was just talking about how
Kavalauskas.
Thank you, Kabbalah. Thank you. That's who it was. Yes, touched him to the body. Bud don't like body shots, and when you combine the fact that I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
When you combine the fact that Bud doesn't like body shots with what the gentleman would just said now, which is the fact that EJ, with what I said earlier, EJ has one of the best jabs in the business. But then, like the gentleman just said, he don't just go to your head. Like, he'll bust your eye socket with it. He'll also bust your rib with that same jab. He switches levels with it. He throws it at your chest, at your liver, at your face. And he has a high activity level starting from the first. It grows. He doesn't start off real fast, but it grows. So the activity level, as we talked about, the motor, and then you add the jab at different levels with the fact that Bud doesn't like body shots. I'm not saying that Bud's going to be knocked. This is not going to be a Mike Tyson fight where everybody pays a lot of money and goes home early. No.
Hey, Rick Timms. Give me the you done heard what the people saying. Give me the pros and cons of both fighters, brother. Oh no, you done already gave me the pros. Give me the cons. Give me the issues of both fighters.
I was getting ready to get to that too. I'm sorry.
My bad, Harris. I
was working my way up. I was working my way backwards. No, I'm sorry. I was working my way backwards. As far as pros and cons for Bud, I think his con, in all reality, is actually his resume. He hasn't fought any top fighters in recent memory that would make you think that he's prepared to deal with somebody who's going to come at him with the pedigree that Errol Spence has. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sean Porter, great fighter, but his dad threw in the towel early. And the other list of fighters that he has on there, what was the guy's name from Australia? His resume doesn't prepare him. So I think he's vastly unprepared and at the same time vastly overhyped by his previous promoter in Top Rank. And they knew he was overhyped, and that's kind of why they let him go. And anyway, yeah, his biggest deficit or his biggest problem is resume. For EJ, his problem is arrogance. I'm tired of seeing him walk into fights, and don't get me wrong, I like talking shit about it afterwards because he does it successfully. But stop walking into fights fucking beating people at their own fucking game. Walk in the fight and just whip their ass. He went into the fight with Garcia, boxing to show something off. And don't get me wrong, he beat him, but he could have knocked him out had he came at him like he normally would have. He went into a fight with Porter, could have did him dirty if he boxed him from the outside. Instead, he let Porter make the fight look like it was harder than it was because he was fighting him at his own game. Stop doing that shit. Whip their ass and be done with it. And he definitely can't do that with Terrence Crawford. He needs to fight. Terrence Crawford is an elite fighter. He should not, and I would advocate cannot do that against Terrence Crawford. So that's their biggest weaknesses.
Phil, go ahead. Go ahead and respond, Phil. Then we're going to my brother Rick. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't think Spence could have got Garcia out of there. I was at the fight. He tried to get him out of there. You know, even Robert Garcia even thought about throwing in the towel because, you know, my boy just kept on taking shots, kept taking shots. I don't think EJ could get him out of there, not without the help of potentially either Robert Garcia or the referee. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was, I don't know, man. I think we might be downplaying my man Garcia in that particular fight. He a tough son of a gun, bro. But I will say this right here, just to do a quick response on that thing about Bud Crawford, his resume. This is the funny thing about resume, right? When you don't have great people or people that potentially are past their prime or not the guy that they once was, I think Bud Crawford beats him exactly like he's supposed to. You see what I'm saying? You know, versus maybe 2 or 3 years ago, he might have took the guy to 12 rounds, but okay, you are a shell of yourself, or you're not who you were, so I'm gonna stop you. So, you know, my deal about the resume is Bud Crawford may not have the guys when we would have preferred to see him fight them, but the result of when he did fight them are stoppages. And that's exactly how you should win when you're in there with somebody who's not themselves or a version of themselves that's not as good as the old version. I just want to throw that out there.
And since you went there, we're gonna go there. I want to talk. We can talk resume if y'all want to. Real quick, I gotta let Rick. I ain't let him get his.
I'll be right back, Doug.
All right, take your time, brother. I ain't let Rick get his bars off as far as the cons of both fighters. So Rick, man, it's on you. Give me your cons of both fighters, and then I think we should talk about the resumes like the brother broke down. Go ahead, Rick.
All right, good deal. Well, man, Bud, dude, if you look up BoxRec, Bud is listed as a southpaw. Hell, Bud is a southpaw. He 80% of the time doing his fights, he's in that stance. So, to me, you know, he switched second, third round, third or fourth round. He normally southpaw the rest of the way. And he opened himself up more to get hit flush to me when he's, his defense is more exploited that way. Even though he counters a lot better to me when he's southpaw. Then Errol, that same non-stop motor, that engine, that onslaught that we all speak of, when you consistently throwing punches all the time, it's absolutely impossible to be defensive all the time. So it's gonna be Bud's job to be the first one to be able to exploit that. And the way you exploit that, of course, is countering. But you gotta be brave and you gotta be wise enough to be able to counter when so much firepower coming at you. I don't know how he gonna be able to get any type of Errol respect or any type of Errol decrease from his output, but that's what it's gonna take. Because Errol not gonna stop coming. So to me, Bud's con is his southpaw stance when he get hit more than he should, and Errol on the flip side, yeah, he keep coming. He beat the head, the body. He constantly coming. Well, it's some holes in there while he constantly coming, and you got to be able to get in there and exploit those small windows of opportunity. Because when I mentioned earlier how the different running back shit. Man, high school, college, I hated having to hit those big ass running backs, man. Coming on sweeps with 2 goddamn guards pulling for them. Man,
they about to clean your ass up. They about to clean you up.
Man, I'm cornerback. Yeah, man, I was 30. I was 30, 40 pounds lighter then too. And you get tired of that constant banging, that constant beating. So Bud, his feet fast enough and his stamina at 35 gonna be able to have to hold up to this type of assault, this type of attack coming, because he gonna have to be able to move his feet and not absorb so much body shots and head shots. He not finna just stand there like Ugas all night, man. For real.
Hey, real quick, Rick, I gotta ask you this. When you played cornerback, you from Texas, so Texas football is very similar to Georgia football. I know back at that current moment in time, they probably ran the ball 80% of the time, and so I would figure that you was taking this shit on a regular basis.
Hey, no, yeah, but see, right side, I'm one of them physical corners.
No. How often did they run the ball first? How often did they run the ball?
Oh, it depends. Whether you had a damn team running the option or you had a team running 4 wideouts. It varies week to week. But when you got a team with, 2, a running back, fullback, tight end, 2 wideouts, a pro style offense, they gonna run the ball a lot more than they gonna pass it. So that outside contain, me being a corner, you can't let folk get outside of you, and you got to be able to come up and feel. When you got them outside runs, and man, you clash with a lot of big time dudes, and I love that contact. So that was right up my alley. I was a real physical corner, right side, and people for real. Whenever we ran man coverage, we had a choice of playing 5 to 7 yards off, up close and personal and bump and run. And anytime we blitzed and they had us defensive backs in man coverage, high school or college, I always played bump and run. So, hey, man, I miss that contact, dog, for real.
Hey, man, you
Doug,
one of the niggas I want on my squad.
To answer your question, it's probably 50-50. with the Texas football thing, running the ball and versus passing the ball.
Oh, y'all Texas. See, now it's 50-50 now. 20 years ago, not even 20. Damn, 20, 25
I'm finna say,
years
I almost been out of high school for 20 years almost. Man.
Yeah. So back then, nigga, I went to a high school, nigga. We ran the wing T. Next.
I ran the wing T 30 years ago. I graduated 30 years ago, and we ran the wing T. And right side. Look. On offense, that's what stopped me from being a receiver. I was a thin dude, but I'm always real physical. But they don't throw it, so I had to get in the backfield. I gotta have the ball in my hand, man. I couldn't just keep running routes and they throw the ball.
Bro, I stopped playing football, bro. I stopped playing football.
Rick Tams, what high school did you go to in Houston?
Motherfucking wing T, bro.
I went to Dulles.
Okay, Dulles.
I went to Dulles. Yeah, I went to Dulles.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Back to the.
Hey, Doug.
Go ahead.
You brought up the the pros and cons. I think that I'm just adding this. Nobody have to comment on it, but I think that two things. One thing that each trainer, that each corner is going to have to remind the ref of is that Crawford is going to have to, Crawford's corner ball man, they're going to have to remind the ref of occasionally during Spence's body work, he throws a hip shot to slow you down. Occasionally.
Is a hip shot illegal?
Yes, it's very much illegal. You can't.
Hip shots. You cannot hit in the hip.
I'm joking.
Yeah. And one thing Crawford does, and De La Hoya was notorious for this. Crawford wears his cup all the way up over his rib cage. Spence and them they're gonna have to tell the ref whoever it is, like, look, he can't wear his cup that high. Because if you remember during the De La Hoya Fernando Vargas fight, he had his cup like almost under his nipples. You know what I'm saying? Protecting from body shots. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford wears his cup real high. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just saying those are two things that the corner's gonna have to talk to the refs about.
Bro, I went back. I was watching the what fight was it? I was watching the Kazaki fight earlier today. I can't remember which. No, I was watching Andre Ward and Kovalev. That's what it was. And Kovalev, he had his shit higher than a motherfucker, and Andre Ward was putting them shits right there on the belt line. You know what I'm saying? It was close. It was close, but at the end of the day, if you wear your shit high, bro, hey, don't look for no low blow from me, from the ref at least. I'm just
that's facts though. And the ref will tell you that in the locker room. You can wear it high, but don't. It's gonna be harder to tell if it's a low blow or not. I mean, that's just the real.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Don't tell me it's a low blow. When you wear your shit like that, bro, it skew everything. So it is what it is. I ain't gonna be mad. I will say this. I do want to say this. I think that at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to Bud in this fight. Bud gonna have to win this fight, and the reason I say it is because people always say, Bud start slow, this, that, whatever. EJ, he started slowing the Ugas fight. The problem is as the rounds start rolling, he start to pick up. And so my thing is at the end of the day, is Bud gonna be able to hurt him? I think Bud gotta hurt EJ to win the fight. And even with the free shot with Ugas, when Smith looking around at the ground and shit, with those shots, he still don't go. He gonna be out. Now, if Bud hit him with that shot, yes, but I'm not gonna bet on a mouthpiece falling out. So, although that I see where y'all coming from, all I'm saying is that I just don't know, man. I gotta see Bud hurt this man, and it's gonna be a good fight. I'm excited. If Bud can't hurt him, Bud get beat up. If Bud hurt him, Bud gotta stop him. In my opinion, I don't see Bud winning the decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Bud Crawford, I think he does have enough precision in his punch to hurt EJ. It's just about him being able to get the shots off.
Do you feel you see him winning the decision?
Yeah, I can see Bud winning the decision. I mean, It's a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely is.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, man, this is the thing right here. You rarely get a fight with two guys that in the 12th round are still going to be ready to go. I really believe that those guys can go 15 rounds easily, both those guys. you know, the big advantage that I think Errol Spence Jr. has been having is that he just, like my man said, Rick, he's just relentless. And, you know, somebody else said earlier, I mean, he's in great shape when he's coming out of that gym with 120-degree weather. So, I mean, you know, it just is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I think even the fight with Sean Porter always is in pretty good shape. But truth of the matter is, EJ was in better shape, and it showed in those championship rounds. You understand what I'm saying? So rarely do we get to see two guys that are, you know, physical specimens for 12 rounds. So I think it can go decision. It's a 50-50 fight. It's just really about these guys being able to exploit one another's weaknesses. You know, can Bud, you know, make Errol Spence move his head? You know, I know he catches a lot of shots, but he doesn't have a lot of head movement. You see what I'm saying? He's just going to have to be able to exploit those things that EJ don't focus on much because he's so relentless with his attacks. And if he does have the ability to touch him, he's going to have to touch him and hurt him. So it's a lot of factors that's going to come in to both of these guys' game plan that's going to determine the outcome. But I can see it going 12, and we'll see what the decisions is.
And now we put everybody on the spot. After my brother Phil, I agree with damn near everything he said. We put everybody on the spot. Who wins the fight? Who is getting the decision, the knockout? Who wins it? How do they win it? Give me the results, fellas. Can y'all give me the results? Harrison, it's on you.
Yes, sir. I was talking a little crappy earlier and saying that EJ's going to walk through him. Don't get me wrong. I do believe that EJ's going to walk through him. I do believe that at the end of the day, it's going to be one-sided, but it's going to be a long, one-sided affair. It's not going to be something that's short.
You think it's going to be one-sided? When you say one-sided, break down one-sided.
When I say one-sided, I just believe EJ's motor, like the fact that Terrence can't move the way that Bud can't move the way that he used to and can't get away from EJ's motor. If EJ comes in behind that jab and then throwing body shots, Terrence is going to have to throw hard shots to keep up. The problem with that is you got to set yourself. And I mean, he can fight off of his back foot well, but you kind of still have to set yourself to throw that hard shot to keep that person off of you. And in doing so, you're exposing yourself. And if DJ throws a combination in that instance, you got something to deal with. Or if DJ notices that that's what you're doing and tells EJ to do that, you got problems. And see, again, that goes back to what we were discussing earlier about the advantages and disadvantages of each fighter. EJ got somebody in his corner who's going to be able to tell him strategically how to make adjustments to what he's seeing on top of what EJ is seeing. And Terrence, I'm totally with whoever was saying earlier that Terrence can be his own trainer. Terrence is running up on the corner to be a trainer. That being said, when you're fighting somebody like EJ, more could be necessary. To me, I didn't even gonna put it on that fight. More should be better. Like, more would be better. So
who are you picking for? Who wins the fight?
Definitely picking EJ to win the fight.
Is it a 50? And last real quick, like you pick EJ. Do you really think it's a 50-50 fight?
No, I don't. I don't think that the resume doesn't show. He doesn't have the competition. I think that's what he's going to be surprised with. He's training hard.
So hold on. So if you don't have it 50-50, if you had to put a percentage points on it, what would the percentage points be?
I would say 70-30. Like Crawford has a good shot. Yes, sir. Crawford has a good shot with his punching power and his timing. But I feel like EJ and his motor are more consistent, as somebody else said earlier. That motor and his accuracy and his boxing skill level are more consistent and can be more consistent than the wish or the hope of a dream of a well-timed shot to back Spence up. Because if that well-timed shot never comes, Spence, I promise you, is going to keep coming.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand exactly where you're coming from, and it's interesting. So my brother Harrison say it's a 70-30 fight. He got EJ winning.
by either by decision. I wouldn't say knockout. I don't. Terrence
No,
is a
I'm not
dog.
saying. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to call it. I'm not saying how it happened. You got to. I mean, if you want to give a prediction on how it happened, you can. But you got it 70-30 EJ right now, correct?
Yes, sir. By decision.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. Rick Timms, the brother Harrison has it 70-30 EJ. How do you have it as far as scoring the fight? Percentage, and when I say scoring it, I'm talking about percentage wise. Who wins? Break it down.
Oh wow. Well, y'all just missed something. Well, look, man. But nah, man. I'm by this grill and bar, boy, and boy, it's a hell of a scene walking by. Boy, these women half dressed walking by, boy. Anyway, man.
I'm watching my brother Rick, man. I'm sitting here like, hold on, he got.
I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to stay focused, man.
You need to let us see some of that too. Turn your camera around, man. Let us see.
God damn. I turned it around just now, boy. It was something this.
They said shut up you, Rick. They said shut up you, Rick. Shut up you.
Hey, Rick,
oh, man.
You off emancipation or what?
No.
I'm over here off OST across from the turning point, and this crowd from the address.
Yeah. From the address. Yeah, I got you.
Man, this address crowd, boy, they act like they at the strip club. Anyway, dog, Bud really got his hands full, man. It's gonna take a miraculous effort to beat this dude Errol. And shit, on the flip side, it's gonna take a hell of an effort out of Errol to beat Bud. So of course I'm riding with Bud. I don't see him being able to keep up with 12 rounds, action energy wise, as far as accumulating points and rounds. Errol's consistent output, 12 rounds. I don't see Bud winning on the cards like that. If he can eke out a split decision, majority decision, that's a low percentage possibility to me. I only see him winning by knockout, like Right Side mentioned. Dude, Bud to me is more savvy than Errol. Errol is just more methodical. I mean, he just beats you up in so many spots, and that discourages the average boxer, and of course it decreases their offense and their output. So Bud, no way he can fall victim to that. It's a must that he gains some type of respect in there, man. His faster hands, his power, his reach. He better utilize that reach. I mean, he got the reach of a damn middle, possibly super middleweight, 74 inches. He really better be thinking fast in there like never before. Both of them are gonna dig deep, and they gonna give us a show out of this world, man. Bud gotta do it by knockout, whether it's knockout, technical knockout.
Right.
I don't see him beating. I don't see him getting a decision over Errol, man. He gonna have to shock the world and really do something super special to do this, the same way my dude Vince Young at the University of Texas in 2005 beat USC.
Hold on. I swear to God, I put this on. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. I put this on everything I love. I graduated in 06, right? One of my partners who hooped with me, Kyle Moore, he played on that UFC team. He played defensive end on that UFC team, right? Man, that shit pissed me off so bad. Watching Vince Young run around that motherfucker like it was just his motherfucking day. He showed up and showed out.
Look, Right side. Check it out, man. It was David against Goliath. USC. Look, USC was on like a dog. Errol got the 3 belts. USC had 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Lindell White. That's that 3-headed monster. Dude. USC was on a 35-game winning streak. They were 2-time national champion. Texas hadn't won a national championship since 1969. They got this quarterback from right here, Houston Independent School District, not a suburban school district, an inner city school district out of Madison High School. It wasn't supposed to happen. It went down to the wire. Last play, goddamn game in the 4th quarter. Storybook ending. That's what it's going to take for Bud to do this. It's going to have to be something super spectacular for the ages. Otherwise, it's not going to end well for Bud. So Rick, I'm riding with Bud.
Rick.
Yeah.
You didn't give me a percentage. My brother Harrison, he said it's 70-30 EJ. Give me your percentage.
60-40 Bud.
60-40 Bud. There you go. We got
it.
Give me, hey.
Look, let me tell you something, man. We played UT that season. They won a national championship. I didn't think USC had a chance. That's just my opinion. Vince Young was one of the best college players I ever played against in my life outside of Jamarcus Russell. But, yeah.
Man, don't bring Jamarcus Russell up into the respectfully.
I mean,
I gotta agree. Hold on. I was gonna say I gotta agree. He could play. He was a hell of a quarterback in college.
That dude was ridiculous in college.
I remember I watched this man throw the ball like 70 yards or some shit on his knees, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Who can do that? It wasn't even. Hey, real quick, Phil, where you played at?
UL Lafayette Raging Cajuns.
Oh, you a Raging Cajun, Lord have mercy. You know, y'all crazier than a motherfucker down there. So respect. I say that respectfully. I say that very respectfully.
Oh yeah, man, it's definitely a good time if that's what crazy as a motherfucker.
Crazier
means.
than a motherfucker. When you go, you can have a good time. That's all I'm saying. I had no experiences. That's what I'm going with. Look. Going back real quick, all positive. Are you there?
Sure am. Yep.
I need a percentage from you, my brother. Right now we got 70-30 EJ. We got 60-40 Bud. Man, I need a percentage and a breakdown from you, brother.
I still say it's 50-50, man.
You gotta give me a winner and a percentage.
Okay,
it can be, and even if it's, and I'm the one. This is my specialty. I will do a 49-51 prediction. I can take that.
Okay,
but if you pick somebody to win, then they have a slight percentage. It ain't 50-50 once you pick somebody.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going. You know, the only reason I'm picking Errol, and like I said, once again, I'm not. You know this, me and you. I'm not going for either guy.
No, it doesn't matter. No, don't worry. You ain't got to explain yourself.
I know a lot of these YouTubers, man. They gonna come try to jump me like.
Hey, they will. They'll jump on you. You say the wrong thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to get involved with that, man.
Calm down. You got a dog in the fight.
But my thing is, I'm picking EJ only slightly at 51-40. I say 55-45 because he's the bigger fighter, and he's been here at this weight class. It's like Hagler Hearns. Hearns is probably a slightly better fighter, but Hagler had been there at that weight class his entire career. And even though Hearns was just like Crawford, Hearns was the bigger puncher than Hagler, but Hagler was the guy that was more suitable for the weight class. He had been there a long time.
He was the stronger puncher.
He was the stronger puncher. Yeah, because like I said, he's a Crawford to get you out of there one punch, but
Hagler beat he beat
you down. He'll ruin your career. He'll ruin your career. He won't knock that one right. He'll just beat your career out of you for the whole fight. And that's worse than knocking you out in 2 or 3 rounds.
That's a fact.
And that's what EJ does. EJ, when guys get in the ring with EJ, they're really never the same again. Like Crawford knocked you out, but EJ just beats you down, like Mikey Garcia was never the same again after that fight.
Danny Garcia started having respect. I say this respectfully. He started. Never mind. I don't even want to say. It.
But so yeah, I'm picking EJ. But yeah, I'm picking EJ because Bud is a slow starter, so I'm picking EJ like by decision. I don't think he's gonna knock him out because Crawford knows how to survive. Even when he got hurt against Gamboa, and he knew how to survive. Well, he ended up knocking Gamboa down that same round and got hurt, but he knows how to survive. And I think he'll do everything he can to survive the fight, just not to get knocked out. And I don't think it's gonna be a knockout. I think it's gonna probably be a decision. EJ maybe 8-4. You know what I'm saying? 7-5, 8-4. And whatever happens, whoever wins the decision, the other fan base is going to be like it's a robbery, and we got to hear about this the next 2 or 3 months. And I'm just waiting for July 30th. I'm picking EJ to win. It's like, but I'm waiting for July 30th, whoever wins, to see the other fan base get up here, and there's going to be a lot of fights and stuff. So yeah, I'm going EJ 55-45. Yeah.
All right. So now, my brother Phil, go ahead. I got real quick. I got a 70-30 for EJ. I got a 60-40 for Bud. I got a 55-45 for EJ. Phil, break it down. Tell me who you got. Give me the percentage, brother.
All right. So look, check this out, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I done switched this pick about 75,000 times, man. Yo, I feel you. And I'm gonna tell you what's the key component for me switching this. Typically, I switch it to whoever I seen fight last. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know it's the fresher guy, right? So for me personally, I really do feel like it's a 50-50 fight. But if you putting a gun to my head and telling me to pick right now, I'm going to say Bud Crawford because I saw him fight last. You understand what I'm saying? The thing about Bud is that I feel as though, again, like I mentioned earlier when I jumped on the show, I think he's the best reactive fighter in boxing. And I think if Errol Spence Jr. Gets complacent with that relentless attack and he gets lazy with throwing those jabs out there like he sometimes does, I think Bud Crawford could time him and land a good shot on him. And the thing about this right here is, I haven't heard very many people mention it, is that how good of a finisher Bud Crawford is, right? If he gets you hurt, he will finish you. So that's going to be a big component, I think, in him winning. But at the same time, man, EJ is kind of one of those guys that finds a way to win. Even when his fights are looking close, the Kell Brook fight was close, but you know what? On that back end, he found a way to pull it out. The
Sean Porter fight
was close, but he found a way to pull it off from the back end, right? I think the Ugas fight was close as long as it lasted, right?
As long as it lasted. I see what you said. As long as it lasted.
Yeah. As long as it lasted, I feel it was a good fight. But obviously he dominated Danny, I believe, and I believe he dominated Mikey Garcia, right? So
Mikey was small. Mikey was a little.
Yeah,
small.
Mikey was small, but you get your ass in there,
you get fucked up. So it is what
yeah, exactly. You what they say, man? Oh, how old are you? 18? Well, you old enough to get fucked up then. Sit down, young man. Mikey, you got in there, then you shouldn't have got in there. But man, the thing about it is, man, I think both these guys are, honestly, man, it's not always we get a chance to see two of the best guys face one another in a division. This division right here, man, I believe is shook up exactly the way it was supposed to. I just hate that it took so long for these two guys to get into the ring because these guys are 1 and 2, or 1A and 1B, right? We don't get to see that all the time. Prime example, Canelo Alvarez, right? He's sitting at the top of the throne at 168, but he still got work to do, right? So we're gonna leave it right there. So, but this is
I was gonna say now, you can't say too much about. They be
yeah.
They come with the picket signs and the burning torches on your. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, it's a fact though. He got a loyal fan base. I'm a Canelo fan too, but I'm a realist though.
Gotta be honest.
But at the end of the day, these guys are 1A and 1B, man. It's not a time in boxing where we always get to see this, and this is one of those times, man. They both do great things inside of the ring, man. It's just going to be about who can exploit the other one, man, and who night it is. None of these guys can afford to have a bad training camp. Neither one of these guys can afford to have a bad night. They're both going to have to be 110% on their game to deliver a victory in whoever camp that either is a stoppage or the judge decide who wins. So for me,
go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, right now, I saw Bud fight last. So right now, I'm gonna lean towards Bud, but I am going to make my official pick 1 week before the fight because that's how I make all my picks. Either it's 1 week before the fight or I make my picks at the weigh-in. That's just how I've been doing it for the last couple of years. Unless it's Tyson Fury. Nobody's beating him. But there you go.
I ain't mad at that. So you can't give me a percentage estimate right now. You can't give it to me.
Yeah, I go 51-49 in Bud's favor.
I'll take it. I'll take that. I will take that. There we go. Real quick. We got my brother Sean T back in the building. Sean.
Yes, sir.
We're going to come to you real quick. I got to get my brother Bullet first. Bullet, give me your prediction. I need a percentage amount. And I need a fighter and a percentage amount.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna say this first. It's a 50-50 fight. Like in all reality, it's a 50-50 fight because there's two elite fighters. I always try to say that whenever it's two elite fighters, regardless of whoever we favor, is a true 50-50 fight. But I gotta be real, man. Terrence Bud Crawford. I think he might get stopped. Yeah, I think he might get stopped. I just see like how some of the other guys say. I think Terrence can win a decision, maybe, but he would have to hurt Errol. Like y'all said, he have to hurt Errol or stop Errol to beat him. But one of the things he do is both of these guys are good at punching in between people punches, and both of them have deceptive power. More people would think, not especially the casual, they'll look at it now and think Terrence Crawford got more power. He got more knockouts. He got more.
Hold on, Mert. You cut out. Bullet, are you there? Testing. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that me or was that him? I don't know.
Oh, that's him.
Okay, bet. We heard punching in between, and then it got a little fuzzy after that. Go ahead.
You hear me now?
Yeah, you Chris.
All right, I said both of these guys are good at punching in between each other's shots, and I just think if Errol hurt Crawford, he's going to stop him. If Crawford hurt Errol, I think it's only a 50% chance he stops him. I know Crawford is a good finisher. Yeah, I really don't see him hurting. I really don't see him stopping Errol. I don't really see it. I think Errol has a real good chin, and Crawford is good at sparring with big guys, but Errol has been known throughout his career sparring with big guys. Like, he take big punches all the time. So I say 60-40 in favor of Errol winning the fight.
60-40 Errol?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. I want to say this, and I got to pass it to my brother Sean T. Man, I mean, go ahead, Sean T. Go ahead. I'm gonna get mine off in a second. My brother R. West gonna hold me accountable. According to him, he tell me I gotta give a prediction as well. I don't have to do shit, but I'm going to because I want to, and I got much love and respect for y'all. So, man, my brother Sean T, welcome back, bro. Hey, we need a prediction from you.
Hey, okay, yes, sir.
And a percentage. I want to give you the percentage.
No worries. I'm gonna give it all to you.
I want to give you the percentages.
Yeah. I only stepped away, man, so I could let other people jump on and and cook for a minute.
No, you don't have to. No, you good.
Yeah.
Listen, my brother Harrison, he got his 60-40.
And I disagree with everything that Sean T about to say just because he whooped my ass last night.
Hey man, it's all love, Harrison. You know what I'm saying? You did your
No,
thing,
same
bro.
here, brother. I'm sorry. No,
Yes, sir.
I'm
It's all
sorry. I didn't
good.
interrupt you.
But hey,
look,
if,
real quick, Shanti, my brother Harrison, he got his 70-30
and
EJ.
I agree, I agree totally.
Hold on. Phil, my
Okay.
brother Phil, he got it 51-49 Bud.
Nope.
My brother All Positive got it 60-40 EJ.
Okay.
My brother Bullet Gibson, I believe
No, I got a 55-45.
Oh, 55-45. Then Bullet got a 60-40.
Yeah.
But Bullet got, my apology. Bullet got a 60-40 EJ. All Positive got a 55-45 EJ. Sean T, what do you got for me?
Man, I got it 70-30. I'm agreeing with my brother Harrison Brooks straight up. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, I believe that Errol is the hungrier fighter. I think that he wants to be undisputed more than anything. He's the bigger fighter. He has the best corner, the better corner rather. Well, you can say the best corner with Derrick James because he's the hottest trainer right now in boxing. He's also he's the bigger guy. He's the more active guy as far as, inside of the match. Now, one thing that I think may happen, I think that Crawford, he might try to rehydrate and come in heavy enough to absorb some of those punches, because I actually think that's what happened when he came to 147. Everybody thinks that he just slowed down, but I think he gained more weight and therefore he couldn't move as agile as he did at 140. So if he comes in, too heavy trying to absorb those punches, because it's reminiscent to back in the day, Evander Holyfield, one time he fought a guy named Alex Stewart. Alex Stewart had a record at the time of 25-0 with 25 knockouts. So Evander had gained a bunch of weight so that he could absorb those punches. And he went the distance. He beat the hell out of Alex Stewart, but he looked sloppy and he looked slower. So with that being said, it's like Bud can't afford to come in there with too much weight on him where he can't move. Because if he stands in the pocket with Errol, man, Errol is going to break him down. It's not about knocking Bud out. It's about breaking him down and stopping him brutally. You know what I mean? When he fought Ugas, which Errol is my favorite fighter, but Ugas, I have a lot of respect for him. I liked him as well. And the way he did Ugas, I was just like, damn, he ain't have to do my man like that. You feel me? The same with Lamont Peterson. It's like Errol could be cool with you, but when he gets in that ring, man, he has a savage tendency to try to hurt you. And that's what one of the guys said when he sparred Mayweather. He was like, man, I've seen Mayweather get in there. Mayweather fights when they spar. He fights guys. He said, it's not like, when you see Mayweather in the ring boxing. He said he actually fights and spar. And he said, man, Errol is the first guy I saw coming in and try to hurt Mayweather. You feel me? So he has that type of ferocity, man, where he wants to destroy somebody. So if people are betting that Terrence Crawford is gonna get a lucky punch in and knock Errol out, man, it's gonna be a long night.
Hey, real quick, I gotta say this. when you brought that point up, all I can think about is Floyd Sr. kicking EJ out the gym, and we've all heard the stories about that happening. But hey,
yeah,
I watched, and it was interesting. I watched listen to them speak with EJ. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about when people get in the ring, he was like, when we outside the ring, we cool, but when we in the ring, I'm trying to kill you. I'm like, damn, bro, these your people. He like, nah, we in the ring, bro. I don't give a damn about none of that. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's the dog in him. I ain't mad at it. I like that. So it is what it is. But hey, man, I just think that at the end of the day, Bud, I think that Bud is gonna be his biggest challenge, his biggest test. I think it's gonna be the biggest test for both of them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for the fight. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it happen. I gotta break it down, man. Shout out to my brother R West. That's my dog, man. I always tell R West, man, hold me down if anything happened, and he always got me. Look, if I have to, I'm going right now at this current moment in time. I got it 55-45 EJ right now. 55-45. I think EJ, I think at the end of the day, Bud gonna have to hurt him. And as time goes forward, maybe my opinion will change. But I reserve that right. I reserve the right to change my opinion.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, at this current moment in time, I just from what I know about these two fighters, I had a debate with Stanley Jonas and Virgil Ortiz. And in my debate, you know what I said? I said, damn it, the reason Virgil Ortiz has a chance of winning against Errol Spence Jr. is because he can hurt him. To beat Errol Spence, you got to hurt him. And I think Bud can, but I just don't know, man. It's going to be something special. It's going to be something special. And so I'm looking forward to the fight. I can't wait to see it. And at the end of the day, man, I don't give a damn who wins the fight. I want to see it, and I want to see the first one. And if it's anywhere as close as I think it's going to be, I want to see the second one too. You know what I'm saying? So let both guys get in there, learn about each other, and then come back and fight again. I want to see it. And so at the end of the day, man, I'm just excited that we got it. I got it 55-45. Errol Spence Jr., EJ, the Big Fish. But I will be buying the Big Fish. I will be buying Strap Season T-shirts, and I'll be buying the Triton T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to support both of these brothers because I'm just happy that the fight is made, if it's really made. And I'm still skeptical about that because I have PTSD from the bullshit they done put me through. And I passed the mic.
Hey, real quick, let me ask my man Sean T something right fast. So you think if I heard you say something about a lucky punch, Bud's gonna have to land a lucky punch. I'm gonna say this: if Bud lands a punch, I don't think it's gonna be lucky. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be because EJ don't move his fucking head, and he didn't time him. So I don't want to put that narrative out there. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you really think it would be a lucky punch, or is just kind of just the word you chose?
No. I'm just saying where a lot of people are saying that he's going to catch Errol with a punch that's going to hurt him and he's going to get him out of there. So maybe I shouldn't have said lucky. I'm just saying, like, if that's what you betting on is that one punch that's going to get him out of there, man, like, no, I can't see that happening. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. That's kind of
maybe I said lucky punch, but yeah, lucky punch was the wrong words. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really think Bud can hurt Errol as much as people think. I think like when I say hurt, I'm saying hurt him and stop him. I think there might be a chance he hurt Errol. Maybe, because man, Bud can fight, man. Bud hit hard. But I don't think it's going to have the effect on EJ that a lot of people expect. Because I be hearing a lot of Bud fans be saying, oh, he going to just knock Errol out. Oh, he just going, you know what I'm saying? And that's not realistic. You got to be realistic, man. Errol can fight, bro. Errol a dog, bro. And Bud is going to get hit. Yeah, for sure. But Bud do get hit in between his punches a lot. See the Bud fans, they like to only put that on EJ. And say, you know, that he ain't got no head movement. But Errol is a master at timing people in between their punches, man. And I don't know. We seen Bud get hurt, but we ain't seen him get hurt by nobody that hit as hard as EJ. And that's gonna, you know, get on his ass and with smart pressure. Now, he ain't gonna just run forward, because if he hurt Bud and he just run forward crazy, he may get clipped. But Errol hurt you, and then he continued to punch you in the spot where he gonna break you down. He ain't just looking to knock you out with one punch. So,
you know what, man? Go ahead, Sean.
Oh no, the only thing I was gonna say is I heard somebody earlier say something about how Errol Spence likes to hit on the hips or whatever. And the funny thing about that is, like, you know, I've been watching boxing for a minute, and Georgie Benton out of Philly, who's a in my opinion, like one of the greatest trainers ever. He used to tell Evander Holyfield and Pernell Whitaker, if they were fighting a fighter who they thought was going to be faster and swift with feet, he would tell them, hey, go in there, hit him on his hips, slow him down. So if that's what Errol is going to do, because that's probably what he did with Ugas that we didn't pay attention to. Once you hit them on the hips and they can't move around, then, man, it's going to be a long night for Crawford, straight up.
Yeah, you know, I think one thing that a lot of people are not mentioning, or maybe they have, I just haven't heard it, is I think these two guys of getting in the ring, I think they're the biggest punchers that one another have faced thus far. You know, somebody could probably make an argument for Kell Brook when he moved back down to 147, but you know, I don't really, you know, I don't know about that, but I don't think Errol has faced really big punchers, at least not ones that can touch him. I would say Danny probably is a pretty decent puncher at 147, but he wasn't able to get to him. And same thing with Crawford. I don't think Crawford has fought really, really big punches. Obviously, he shared the same opponent in Kell Brook, but again, he wasn't able to touch Bud Crawford. This is going to be the first time that I think these two guys, with their punching power, are actually going to be tested. So it might be a battle of who can take the best shot, man, at the end of the day. You know, I think that's something that people are kind of overlooking. Both of these guys are facing the biggest punches that they faced in their career to this point that I think can actually land a shot. Let me say it that way.
I totally disagree with you for one reason, and people don't realize this, or I don't know, people maybe just don't share the idea with me. And I'm sorry, Dub, if I'm cutting in, but in my opinion, and shit, why wasn't this one of my goddamn debate questions? Anyway, in my opinion, at the time, Kell Brook was probably the biggest and best welterweight that was out there when Errol Spence flew across the pond and whooped his ass to take his belt. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kell Brook was Errol Spence is big versus EJ. I mean, Errol Spence is big versus Bud. Kell Brook at the time was huge, and not just huge, but he had his confidence. That boy could box. Forget all the dumb shit, talk about brownies and this and that. He was decent at the time. Kell Brook was big. And EJ went over there, took everything that man gave him, and whooped his ass in his hometown. I'm sorry. That's
no, you're correct. Because you remember when Kell Brook moved up, he lifted.
I also want to say that
off his feet.
A lot of people gonna say no, but I think Ugas actually hits harder than people. You know, he don't got the knockout record and stuff, but he punched like his force of punch. He punched with a lot of like effort and trying to hit you hard. Like even I was watching that fight when he fought Sean Porter, and he was hitting Porter with some shots, and it looked like Porter was like, I don't know. His intent in his punch, him and because Bud got that same intent when he get in a firefight. Ugas can hit pretty hard, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't see. I mean, if Ugas could hit hard when Errol Spence Jr. dropped his mouthpiece, he would have finished him off. I'm just saying. This is what I can say right here about the Kell Brook thing, right? Kell Brook had, since he moved up to 160 pounds to fight against my man Triple G, he's only had, I think, 2 other fights at 147 against Errol Spence and then against Terrence Bud Crawford. So, you know, my deal is this right here. Obviously, I think when he was fight,
he beat Sean Porter.
Yeah, Sean Porter. Yeah. But I'm talking about since he moved up to 160.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, since he moved up to 160, he only had 2 more fights at 147. So, my deal is this right here. You know, I don't really know how much of a factor, you know, the weight drain was for Kell Brook. But what I can say is he really didn't belong in that division no more. Hence why he only had 2 more fights, and it was against guys like Errol Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford. Obviously, a payday was involved with that, but yeah, I mean, the reality is he went up to 160, got his eye socket bust, and he came back down And I don't know if he was the same fighter, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But I do give him credit because he came in, he was in shape. I just don't know if the conversation just surrounding the power at that particular time was there. Maybe before he moved up to 160, but I think when he came back, I don't think he was the same guy as far as his power was concerned. It's hard to fight at those upper weight classes and burn back down and be just as good as you was before you left. You know, I mean, prime example, like Tony Bellew against Usyk. I mean, Tony Bellew went up to heavyweight, and obviously, you know, he did retain some of his punching power, but then when he moved back down to cruiser to fight Usyk, it just wasn't there anymore. You know, I think that's probably something that's a little bit overlooked. I do think Brook is a good fighter, but I don't think he was the same Kell Brook that, you know, had two good eyes and didn't have to worry about cutting the weight down so bad. I mean, his own trainer said that he didn't need to move back down. He's like, I don't know why he's doing this. It's just not healthy. You know, they got into a real big, you know, argument about that. He was saying that it wasn't healthy. I'm just putting out there the facts surrounding him fighting at 147. That's all I'm saying.
But okay, what did he fight Bud at?
147. The same thing applies. That's what I said. He's only had 2 fights since moving up to 160.
So I'm just saying the credibility for both fighters. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on resume, the credibility for both fighters, we would say, is at least equal.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I think the credibility. I mean, I think if you beat a guy, I mean, you get credit for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, the credibility of the actual fight, because regardless whether he's depleted or not, I still think Kell Brook is a good fighter. He was a champion at 147 pounds. I mean, he made a good showing of himself in his career. I mean, I just think that the factors that involve him fighting at 147 are just not ideal for him. Doesn't mean that he can't still be effective.
So should we say is he a credible opponent, or isn't he a credible opponent?
No, he's absolutely a credible.
The whole time before he went to Triple G, he only went up to Triple G for money. That was like a one-hitter quitter type deal for the dough. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut in. I'll shut up.
But he only had.
This is my thing. This is my thing right here. When we start making these type of arguments, right, and then if we're gonna say that, that means that after he fought Errol Spence, and Errol Spence fucked this shit up, right? After that, then was he even less of a fighter then when he went and fought Bud?
No, I think he was the same fighter. This is the deal right here.
And this is
like
why
I said, this is not just my opinions of it. You understand what I'm saying? The facts of this. Once he moved from 147, he only had 2 more fights at 147. One against Errol Spence Jr. and the other one with Terrence Bud Crawford. His trainer came out and said, Kell Brook does not need to be fighting at 147. This is not a healthy weight for him. I do not like the weight cut. He is not as strong as he needs to be, and it's going to end in devastation. And both of those fights ended in devastation. Both of them ended in stoppages. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, we could believe whatever we want to believe, but the fact of the matter is when he moved down, he got stopped both times. And his trainer said he was going to get stopped.
And I have to agree with him too, because the simple fact that Terrence Crawford knocked him down with one punch, with one hook. Triple G couldn't even drop him. He was hitting with everything at 160. He never dropped him. And I know Terrence Crawford doesn't hit hard in Triple G.
But that's because he was healthy at that time. Before he went up there to grab that bag against Gennady Golovkin, he was a healthy 147 pounder that nobody wanted to fight.
Yeah, but he was cutting a lot of weight because he was walking around like 178.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to name who wanted to fight him at that time.
No,
the only person that stepped up was
Jr. wanted to fight him
the whole time.
Errol Spence Jr. wanted to fight him.
Errol
Spence wanted him bad.
Yeah, he wanted
That's what I'm saying. That was the only one.
Yeah, but the problem is
he went over there and got that, but he was the only one.
The problem
Nobody
is
else was wanting to go fight his big ass.
Here's what the issue is, man. You feel me? Like these dudes, they choose to move up and fight these dudes and come back down. You understand? When it came to Kell Brook, Earl was his mandatory. So he was supposed to fight Errol right away, but he chose to go up there and fight Triple G.
He ran up there for that bag.
Yeah, go up there for that bag, and then came back down because he didn't want to relinquish that title. So when these guys move up and come back down, get their ass whooped, that's on them. That's just like Roy Jones. You go up there and fight John Ruiz, then you come back down and then get your ass whooped by Tarver, you know what I'm saying, the first fight, and then you get knocked out the second fight. You chose to go up there, you feel me, and take that chance and try to be great. You feel me? So that's on them. They know what's gonna happen when they cut that motherfucking weight and try to come back down and fight a real killer.
And that's why we give them full credit for the win. Yeah. Nobody is not giving them credit for the win. What I'm saying is, I agree. These are grown ass men and they make their own decisions in their career. But the reality is this right here. Just like I said, his trainer said, bro, you do not need to do this. These guys are going to stop you. This is what he said. They got into a very, very bad argument about this, man. And you know what? Just like he chased the bag to go up, he chased the bag to go back down. And he wanted to defend his title. He didn't want to give it away. I understand that. He's a man. He's prideful. He earned that strap at 147. But then when he came to Bud Crawford, you know what? He said, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and get the bag on this fight too. So it sounds like he is chasing the bag and he's not really too concerned about his health and his place in boxing. Like I said, man, you move up to 160 and you only have 2 more fights at 147 and your trainer's already, he knows that he does not belong at the weight. That's why he's not fighting at the weight. This is why he only took those 2 fights. One, I think, against Bud Crawford for the bag. And I think in sequence, the Errol Spence Jr. fight, he wanted to defend the title. He didn't want to be considered the duck because that's what he was looking like. And he got a pretty decent payday for that. I mean, and at the end of the day, I mean, he really ain't really been shit since. Let's just be all the way a buck with it.
Agreed.
He beat a real condo. That was a joke.
Nah, I know what's up. Nah, I'm just saying, since Triple G bust his eye socket, man, he really kind of be, you know, he all over the place, man. He really just chasing the money at this point. Yeah. Let's be real about it.
Yeah. He was chasing the money at that point, and that's what messed him up. Because in my opinion, Kell Brook was a really, I didn't like him. I'm going to tell you something. No offense against the UK, but their accent, I can't stand it. Like when people come on these shows and be talking, I swear to God, I want to choke them just because of the accent. Forget what they say. I just hate the accent.
I just
hate the accent.
You know why I hate UK fighters?
Basically.
Oh my God, don't do that to me. Oh God.
They hang out in the UK beating bums, and they let our fighters get a war with each other, and they'll come try to clean up the pieces when we've all had wars with each other. This is a UK thing. They've been doing this for decades. That's why I've never liked UK fighters. But you know, I'm starting to respect a few of them a little bit more. But I mean, ever since the Gerald McClellan and Nigel Benn thing, I've just had a problem with UK fighters, man.
Yeah, man, that was terrible, man. Because really, in that fight, it was supposed to be stopped the first round.
That fight supposed to have been over.
Yeah, it's supposed to have been over with. You know what I'm saying? And the ref let my man keep getting hit in back his head with them rapid punches, man. And you know, right now, you know, the G-man is messed up because of that.
And then you also have one thing that really bothers me, and a lot of people don't know their history. I get tired of hearing this thing about Riddick Bowe ducking Lennox Lewis, because that is a lie. Because Lennox Lewis was offered to fight twice that he turned down. Now, I was in high school at the time in '93. I remember it well. He was offered to fight twice. He turned it down. Then he got with the WBC and they went to purse bid. And that's when Rock Newman got with Riddick Bowe. Like, you're not going to dictate our purse, so we're going to throw the belt away. So that's why that happened. He did not duck Lennox Lewis. And then they were going to fight again, and Lennox Lewis gets knocked out by Oliver McCall when they were scheduled to fight again.
Right.
So he did not duck Lennox Lewis, but if you tell a lie enough, people will start to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I ain't even gonna get into all that. But look, this is what I'm gonna say. I respect the UK boxing scene, man, because this is one thing that they have over us here in the States, right? I think that their amateur programs are better. You know what I'm saying? And it could be because of proximity, because they're a lot smaller country, obviously. So that could play a major factor into it. But man, I've been over there, man. That amateur scene over there is fucking incredible. You know what I mean? These guys really got it down well, you know. But yeah, I do respect how they do the amateur thing, man. Because here in the States, man, I'm here in Houston, bro. You'd be hard pressed to find like a really, really good gym for just like an up and coming amateur, man. So it's just, you know, you gotta respect that, man. And you know, you get enough fighters in there, then you have one that come out that's good every now and then, because that's what it is with them. They gotta, whenever they have one that come out that's good, he's really, really good. So I gotta respect him on that level for sure. And I got a lot of friends over there too in the UK. So
I ain't mad at it. Shout out to UK boxing. At the end of the day, though, and I say this respectfully, you name me the big time UK champions right now.
Tyson Fury is the biggest.
He's a wanker.
Tyson Fury is the biggest. You know what I'm saying?
I give you Tyson. I give you that. Anybody else?
All right.
Taylor?
Josh Taylor.
I love Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor, right? Okay.
He's the only one. That's all you got. That's it.
Hold on, wait, no. I mean, that's 2 out of 17 divisions.
Yeah, well. I'm thinking, man.
I'm not saying nothing negative about it. I mean, Lawrence Okolie, if you want to bring Lawrence Okolie into it.
Nah, we good on Okolie.
We good. He said, no, we good on Okolie. What about the brother from Australia, Ja Opalet? What was his name? Ja Opalet, right? What about him? Did they get that?
Yeah, but that's not the UK though.
Yeah, that's Australia. You're right.
Yeah, not the UK.
What's his name? Yeah, it's hard to find some.
I'm
thinking about it in my head. They got a couple champions, man. I looked at it the other day. It's about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, they ain't worth nothing except for Josh Taylor. I'm gonna tell you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. I was just saying it's about 5 or 6 of them. I looked at it the other day though. About 5 or 6 champions out the UK.
They're only good though, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because at some point, and I don't know what year, I don't know what historian, maybe Dub can tell me, but at some point, both Latinos and Europeans figured out that the way to be the slick black boxer was through engine. And so they started kind of picking us apart. See, what's his name? The tall, lanky dude, Paul
Williams.
Paul Williams. Yeah, the little Latino. He was a slick black boxer, but then he didn't throw enough punches. Same thing with Adrian Brock. He didn't throw enough punches. That's why Madonna was getting at him. They figured out engine was the key. Like even though the black people, the slick, I shouldn't say black people because Caleb Plant, he fight just like him. So I shouldn't just say that. But the slick fighter, slick boxer, at some point, Latinos and Europeans figured out, hey, look, the way to compete with them, because they couldn't compete with us any other way, the way to compete was engine. Now the problem what they got is Derek James figured out to add that to, and so, yeah.
Hey man, I mean, I don't know the transition when it happened, but I mean, what it come down to is it come down to your trainers, because I look at somebody like I don't know, did y'all see Cash Flow this previous weekend? If you go watch his fight, he's a Hispanic fighter, but he was trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. And what does he do?
I couldn't find it. I was trying to see that. Oh man!
And what does he do? He sit in the pocket. He's gonna use the shoulder roll. He's gonna roll with your punches. He's gonna counter you, and then he's gonna use his footwork and get out of there. But it goes into the trainer. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you get trained, your upbringing. That's what it really comes down to, because those individuals that bring you up, they're the ones who are giving you the style that you're gonna fight in.
Yeah.
Okay, with that being said, Dub, then with this Spence Crawford fight, then what do you think that Bomac is going to bring to the table?
Hold on, is it me? Did I
Yeah,
break up? Or did he
I'm
break
asking
up?
you, Dub. Yeah.
No, hold on, no. Was that me breaking up? I didn't hear.
Oh, you didn't hear me? Okay. No, I said with that being said, can you hear me now loud and clear?
You crispy.
All right, cool. I said, man, what do you expect for Bomac being that trainer for Crawford? Like, this is the biggest fight of both of these guys' careers. Now, we know what Derrick James is going to bring to the table. What do you think Bomac is going to bring that's going to enhance Crawford's performance?
Nothing.
Damn.
It doesn't. At the end of the day, I don't think. And I mean, respectfully to all trainers don't come equally. And I think one thing with Bud, once again, I spoke on this earlier today. I don't know if it was here or not, but I watched Bud when Mo Hooker was fighting Blair Cobb. I watched Bud come up there and start giving instruction when Bomac was in the corner. I watched it happen. And the reason it happened is because I think if you go back, if you listen to Bomac give instructions, for Bud at least, just for Bud, I've heard him give some type of instructions for the fighters. For Bud, I just think that they understand. They got an understanding. He know that this is what I need to tell him, and Bud is the one who's going to make the adjustment. He's going to be hit. He has an equal or higher IQ than Bomac does, in my opinion. And so when he's getting instructions or these type of things, his instructions aren't necessarily going to be technical. They're more focus-based. You need to know you down. It's more, you know what I'm saying? It may not be technical in the ring because Bud, he's going to be the one who makes those adjustments. That's the IQ of Bud. And that's, I mean, so I think that Derrick James, on the other hand, I think he gives more technical instructions. He can kind of try to snap you back into focus, but he's still, even then, he's still giving more technical opinions in my opinion. And so I think that Derrick James is a bigger asset than Bomac, but the relationship that Bomac and Bud have, I think Bomac knows what to say to trigger Bud to make the correct adjustments, if that makes sense.
Okay,
man. Yeah, I'll go ahead, Sean. You got it, bro.
No, I'm gonna let you go ahead. You go ahead and cook, bro. I'll wait.
I was just gonna agree with Dub, man. I think James is probably, somebody mentioned earlier that Derrick James right now is the hottest trainer in boxing. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You got a fucking undisputed champion in Jamel Charlo, and he's got a unified champion in Errol Spence Jr. Those are two of the biggest guys in boxing right now, and I think Derrick James is a product of that. It took him a while to develop, I think, Jamel, because when he first got with Derrick James, he was in an identity crisis. But I think now Derrick James has gave him the confidence and the coaching to place him in exactly the spot that he needs to be in. And I mean, you see what he's doing. He's stopping shit, and he's making a good showing of himself. So no, I agree, man. Derrick James is better. I think he's probably more, I think he's just more intelligent with the way he trains his fighters. Let me just say that.
But I want you to speak to Bud and Bomac relationship real quick. I want to.
Okay, now
I want to hear you speak on that real quick.
Okay, so as far as Bomac and Bud, this is what I will say. They have an interesting relationship, because of the simple fact that these guys can go into the corner, and it's not like your traditional trainer telling you what you need to do. When Bud goes to the corner, it's more of a conversation between two gentlemen, and Bud going in and putting together what he sees as well as what Bomac sees and executing that. So they do have an interesting relationship between the two of them. You can go back and look at the fight, man. These guys are literally having conversations in the corner. You understand what I'm saying? And, Bomac is like, hey, I want you to do X, Y, and Z. And Bud's like, okay, look, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go and do that right there. And Bo Mac like, okay, that's cool. You can do that, but make sure you do X, Y, and Z. And Bud like, okay, yeah, I got it, boss. So, you know, the relationship between those two guys, it looks a lot different, but I think the important thing about a trainer and a fighter is you got to trust the guy, right? And I think that Bo Mac and Errol Spence both have that confidence and that trust that they're going to do what they need to do on fight night. But as far as Derrick James is concerned, I think he's more like, hey, motherfucker, you bullshit. You know, fuck that. You're trying to do this, but you need to be doing this. And it's kind of like, all right, man, I got you, boss. But, you know, he's just more stern with his approach. I mean, because that's how coaches need to be, or trainers. So, yeah, I prefer Derrick James' style because, you know, I play football. That's what I'm used to. So, yeah, I just think, man, if you break it down and you just go to the trainers and say who has the edge, it's got to be Derrick James at this point in time. I mean, his resume and the fighters that he's picking up, it's got to be him. He's doing something right, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
One quick thing, Phil. I'm sorry, but
no, I was just gonna say my only concern, even though I'm supporting Spence all the way, but my concern is what's gonna happen when, you know, when both of these fighters go into the trenches. You feel me? Like we've seen what Derrick James, the advice he can give. Let's say even a Jamel Charlo when he fucked up with Castano, when he messed up with Harrison. You know what I'm saying? How to rebound, or even like with Errol going toe to toe with Sean Porter, even getting, you know what I'm saying, his mouthpiece knocked out by Ugas. How he got him back focused, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we've never seen Chance Crawford in that dog fight where he actually needed that advice, because in my opinion, he could have beat those same guys without anybody in his corner.
Actually, no, bro. Sean T, I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm sorry. For one, remember we were talking about that body shot earlier? What was the advice that was given to him in the corner during that round? If I remember correctly, and my mind ain't good, but it was cheerleading. It wasn't technique. At the moments that Crawford has had a little bit of adversity, it's been cheerleading, not technique. With Derrick James, it's always technique and strategy. And so I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish cooking. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. But I'm just saying, as far as a give and take dog fight, see that body punch from Kavaliauskas, or even, you know, taking a knee against Kavaliauskas. In my opinion, Kavaliauskas gave it his all and then said, damn, I didn't knock this motherfucker out. So, you know, he went into a shell, and it's like he pissed Bud off. And even then, I noticed the difference. It was like people kept saying that Bud was lighting the ass, but he looked bigger than Kavaliauskas to me, or at least the same size. You feel me? And man, he rebounded on his own, like you said. Yeah, it was some cheerleading in the corner, but Bud knew how to figure that shit out himself. I'm just saying, like, when they get down to it, because you know how Errol is gonna bring that motherfucking storm. So when Crawford is caught in the eye of that storm, god damn, if he can't figure it out, then where do we go from here?
Hey, during that Kavaliauskas fight, I just want to put this out there. My man Bo Mac told Bud, hey, get out that southpaw stance. Kavaliauskas is tagging your ass. You around here, you bullshitting. I do remember him telling Bud, and Bud told him, look, I'm gonna get out the southpaw stance. Just give me a minute. You're gonna see when I'm gonna switch it over. I mean, I guess, like I said, that's part of that conversation piece. But Bo Mac does try to give Crawford technical advice and defensive advice as well as offensive advice. But Bud takes to it how he wants to take to it at that particular time. You know what I'm saying? But still in all, at the end of the day, I think Derrick James is a better trainer.
Definitely.
Bottom line.
The way I see it is Derrick James is like a teacher. And I be hearing the guys say this all the time. Derrick James is a teacher. He'll tell you what to do and why you're doing it. And Bo Mac is just he's a exceptional trainer as well, but just a trainer. Like one thing I can say about Bo Mac, a lot of his guys, for the most part, when you look at that style, he trained a lot of athletically gifted guys already. Like most of them already have a certain level of athleticism. Derrick James can get a guy that's more athletic, less athletic, and all different type of attributes in terms of their physicals, and he'll teach them a certain style or teach them, how can you develop your game into getting this style where you can run people over. That's really the biggest difference. I think Bomac has been blessed with getting super athletic guys since they were young. Like all his, when Maurice Hooker at that time, I know we say Bomac didn't really give him no good advice, but at that time Maurice Hooker was, he was losing his athleticism, so he couldn't do a lot of the things where he, a lot of them other guys is able to do. So I don't think Bomac kind of know it, and it's like, I can't really give him the advice of what to really do in these situations because he don't got that athleticism to do it. At least that's what I see it.
Plus, he came in like 3 pounds overweight, so he really didn't prepare for that fight. You know what I'm saying? In a professional manner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This one I'm gonna tell you right here.
Real quick, y'all want to hear some dumb shit?
Always.
Some type of way, bro. I don't know how I did this. I disabled the chat, bro. I have no idea.
Bro, I saw that earlier, bro. I saw that earlier. I'm like,
how do you do? I don't even know how I did.
I thought it was something I did on my end. I was like, what the hell? I said something wrong.
I don't even know what this is, bro. I'm so confused right now. Y'all go ahead. So if I'm not paying attention, y'all know why.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna say right here, man. Derrick James is going to his ability to teach and develop fighters that come to him later, such as like a Ryan Garcia, is really going to test his ability to be a good coach. I think this is going to be the ultimate test for him. Obviously, Anthony Joshua and Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Both of those guys are going to test Derrick James. And we're going to
teach them engine and skill. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, if he can teach those guys what they need, I think they could be a problem because we all see that they do have the ability. Ability without instruction is destruction. So at the end of the day, Derrick James, if he can get those guys on the right trajectory and really kind of remold those guys' brains into, being the fighters that we know they can be, then that's gonna tell us whether he's a really, really good trainer or not. I think he's good now, but he's going to be tested with those two guys because you gotta think about it, man. Ryan Garcia has had 3 trainers, and same thing with Anthony Joshua. So these guys are trying to find a home because they know this is fighters that know that, hey, I can be better than what I am. I just need to find the right person to get me there. And I think Derrick James is a hell of a choice, but we're going to see.
Yeah. They have to mesh well together. You feel me? And motherfuckers got to be willing to learn new type of new skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I you know what? The crazy part about it is Derrick James wasn't the greatest fighter, but like I was telling my son earlier, sometimes those are the best trainers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could look at
That is true.
Yeah, you can look at Mayweather, Floyd. I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Shit,
and
arguably
Roger and Floyd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know
that whole family get
great fighters make the worst trainers, and I have proof of that because great fighters is like.
And Robert Garcia.
They're not like, okay, they're like, I did it. Why aren't you able to do what I was able to do?
It's like Jordan.
Jordan is a horrible scope of talent. Jordan cannot pick talent.
Hold on. No. Even better. It's like Roy Jones.
Like
Roy Jones has Eubanks trying to do the shit that he used to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, no,
but I think Eubanks is a good trainer, though. I think Eubanks Senior is actually. Yeah,
I'm not talking about Eubanks Senior. I'm talking about Roy Jones.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Y'all remember Floyd Patterson? Floyd Patterson used to fight with the peekaboo style from Custom Auto. Remember when Floyd Patterson took over for what's his name? The guy Mike Tyson beat twice before he went to prison. I forget his name.
He's talking about Razor Ruddock.
Floyd Patterson took over for Razor Ruddock and had Razor Ruddock doing the peekaboo style. I'm like, this guy's too tall for that, man.
Yeah.
And then Lewis knocked him out in 2 rounds.
Yep.
I'll say one thing. Derrick James was a better fighter than Bomac.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the two things that I think that Derrick James learned is one, or not learn. He already knew how to teach slick fighting. That's why Errol James is as defensive as he is and able to transition from defense to offense as well as he is and hurt people all in the process. So the slick fighter thing is down. But then at some point he realized that engine needs to be there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am not a fan of Ryan Garcia at all. I think that young man was overhyped. He ain't had no business getting that fight. However, I will say between him and Tank, they are the reason why we're getting Errol Spence versus Bud
Crawford, yeah.
Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they showed them the bag. So as worthless as we all thought that fight might have been, as far as skill wise, because we all knew Tank was going to knock him clean the heck out, it showed Crawford the bag, and I imagine that's probably why we're getting the fight that we want to fight. And I'm going to get to see Crawford get his ass whooped for holding up the last year of boxing. I'm sorry, I'm still pissed about that.
Harrison Brooks, let me make you laugh.
Yes, sir.
I've been saying that. I said we're not gonna get this fight. I said that we wasn't gonna get the fight until we got Tank and Ryan Garcia. So this is my deal right here. I'm gonna be real with you. Now I don't know how true this is, but I said, you know what, man? I don't think right now at the current moment PBC has the funds to give both of these guys what they want in order to make the fight. And considering how well, look, this is the reality right here, right? Boxing right now is more exuberant and vibrant than it's been in a very long time, right? You just had the Tank and Ryan, then you finna get the you just got the Haney, Lomachenko, then you about to get the Fulton and the Monster. You finna, so all these fights are piling up at one good time, back to back.
And it's Bud's fault. So part of me is saying, like, I'm sorry. Part of me is like he's great for it, but part of me is like he still need an ass whooping for holding everything up because it's all stacked up because of him. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I think right now, I think that the Ryan Garcia and the Tank Davis kind of opened up different avenues financially to get this fight done in a faster manner. You know what I mean? I don't know the details of the contract, but I heard now it's guaranteed money for both the individuals. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into that because that shit it get real messy real quick. But obviously they have more funds now, and boxing right now is in a good spot. And it's 8 weeks away. Man, that ain't shit. 8 weeks, that's a fucking report card. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You definitely have me laughing out loud. Thank you, brother. Thank you much, brother. Thank you.
I realized that NOA and Fulton is only 4 days before Crawford Spence.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Bro, right now boxing is going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Was as mad as I am as Terrence and think that he deserved this ass whooping for holding up boxing, in a way, he's the one that kind of created this stat 2023, because every fight, I believe PBC was trying to hold up just to try to, hey, look, our biggest expenditure is going to be Bud because he wants this crazy ass guarantee. So they wanted to pay their biggest bill first, I think, and then figure out where to put everybody else. And he played around, and it took till now to get where we at. So he held up all of last year, screwed it up. We ain't have good boxing at the end of the year because of him. But at the same time, now we're getting a bunch of great boxing. So as much as I want to see him get his ass whooped, I'm going to say thank you as he's taking them body blows and ain't able to move so fast no more. And then I'm going to be like, thank you. You're getting your ass whooped.
No, right side, you back, baby. The chat back 1, 2, 3.
Am I right? Am I right? Look, hey, I've been over here looking and searching.
He's in the lab. He was in the lab.
Damn, boy, I gotta figure this out. This streaming shit ain't as easy as people think it is. So,
man,
my bad.
You be hitting all kind of buttons, fucking with that thing, man.
Yeah,
Real
man,
talk.
Look, I figured out what it was, man. It don't even matter.
I got a question. Is there a rematch clause in this?
Yes.
Supposedly, yep.
I heard it's a double. It's a two-way rematch clause too.
It goes both ways. It's a 30-day activation clause. If the rematch happens, then it will be in December.
Okay, and if the different person wins the rematch, it's going to be a third fight.
I haven't heard that yet. I haven't heard that.
Question, Dub. Do you know if the rematch is supposed to be at 154?
Yes, that's what they say. Supposedly, it is supposedly at 154.
What the hell is wrong with Bud?
Well, after the first fight, somebody going to be undisputed. Neither one of them want to fight at that weight anymore anyways.
Yeah, but Errol is bigger than him at 147. At 154, he going to let the Incredible Hulk.
I don't know, man. Bud's pretty big, man, because Bud was walking around at 178 and he fought at 135.
Yeah, but that's a fat, chubby 178. Errol, look, I'm going to tell you, Errol at 178 is going to be a lot more muscle than and at least in my opinion. Spence is going to be a lot more muscle at that higher weight than I'm. He just looks bigger.
Bud big. I mean, he ain't big, but Bud he a little.
He got the range.
Yeah, like, he a little strong motherfucker.
Yeah, he got the range, man.
You ever seen them niggas who and respectfully, you ever seen them dudes who got them long ass arms, but got them little big hands and shit, like little monkey niggas, you know? Like no disrespect.
The white Cody.
Hey, they been and grabbed your ass and everything. You know, like damn, your little bit ass ain't supposed to be this strong. Hey, bro, that's blood. Bro.
Yeah, it's like Deontay Wilder, man, got that African strength. Like, but how you hitting so hard, man? How the hell are you hitting so hard? Hey, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Deontay Wilder punching power, man. Remind me of like them little skinny switches your mama used to tell you to go get off the tree. She like, man, this ain't gonna do shit, man. She get the tagging your ass with it. Oh my god, it's a wrap.
Shit over with.
They leave the worst whelps on your ass.
It's a wrap. Punches in the history of boxing, man. There's skinny guys, man, like Sandy Sadler, Tommy Hearns, and Julian Jackson. You guys had no meat on their bones.
Carlos Monzon too.
Yeah,
nasty with it.
These guys can hit, man. I mean, I truly don't understand it. I don't know where the power's coming from.
Yeah, Diego Corrales. Yeah. So the winner between Spence and Crawford, they're gonna move up to 154 and relinquish the titles.
Is that what it seems like?
I think it's going to be split on that. Something tells me, this is just my guess, if Crawford is able to land that punch that changes the fight, he's going to keep them belts at 147 and relish being undisputed there. He's not moving up to 154 because I'll stand on what I said just a couple minutes ago. He's too small. Spence, on the other hand, has real trouble making 154. We ain't never heard Crawford say 147 was a problem for him. On the other hand, Spence said regularly. So I think at the end of this fight, if Crawford somehow lands something that's going to change the fight and lands him the decision or the knockout somehow, he's going to hold on to those belts and be like, I'm undisputed at Vision, and you can't beat me. And yeah, that's why I ain't do it in the first place, because I knew I was going to do this. Yeah, I'm the man. On the other hand, if Spence wins, he's going to drop them. Well, yeah. He's going to drop them belts, go up to 154, smash Crawford at 154 if Crawford wants to do it again. But that's what amazes me about this deal is why would Crawford sign up to fight a bigger Spence when Spence is already having trouble making 147? He's going to be big at 154, and Crawford ain't never had no trouble, and it's going to be worse.
Man, this is what I'm going to tell you right here. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nah, this is what I'm going to tell you right here. So, the truth of the matter is, Terrence Bud Crawford has always talked about going up to 154 because, you know, he came out and said it, and I'm going to take his word for it. He said, after I beat you, I'm going to go up to 154, and I'm going to beat your stablemate, Charlo. Now, I do think that Bud Crawford would be extremely small, a lot smaller than the guys that's fighting at 154, but you know, man, skills pay the bills. You know, I mean, it may be a situation where it may be some catch weight stuff involved and all kind of stuff. I mean, Manny Pacquiao fought at 154, so Floyd Mayweather did it.
Yeah, but Manny Pacquiao, we know he. I ain't gonna go there. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about in the size comparison.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? As far as the size comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys can go up to 154 and compete. But they just were smaller guys, both Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, right? But that obviously that didn't play a major factor in a lot of the outcomes of those guys' fights. But Crawford's been talking about going up there and doing something. So I don't see anything wrong with him saying that I'll fight the guy again at 154. I mean, if you beat the guy once, I mean, you could potentially beat him twice.
I'm just surprised. Like I'm ain't nothing wrong. Look, I applaud him. That's some huevos.
I'm not surprised because he already been talking about going fight Charlo at 54. So,
man, this gonna be a
good.
retirement fight for Crawford, man. He gonna get this beating and his ass gonna ride off into the sunset straight up.
Look, I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta be honest about this shit. I think EJ win the fight. I just don't think, man. I think it's I just think it's gonna be much more closer than a fight that either side is saying it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close fight.
I think it's gonna be like a dog it out, a really tough fight, bro. Like, I said it earlier. I hope it's like the Devin Haney-Lomachenko fight was.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's like that.
Man, this thing gonna be closer to Benavidez plant, straight up.
That's crazy.
I put it in the chat and I'll say it here again because the chat's turned off now, Dub. No, I'm just playing. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Hey, you know what?
I think that this is going to be a beautiful, great fight for boxing in the sense that it is going to be an edge of your seat type affair in the sense that we all, I think, can agree Spence, if he sticks to who he is going to come forward and bring the fight with the jab and the body and other stuff because he's versatile. On the other hand, Crawford is going to have to use timing and counter punches. That being said, that right there, we always say styles make fights. When you combine the timing and the need for the timing and the counter punch of Bud to have to offset or slow down the advance of Spence. Oh my God, that's like reality TV at its best. That's like, what is it, Los Angeles, the Lakers Housewives, or I don't watch none of that shit, but it's great TV. It's great for boxing. It's gonna be a great fight at the same time.
That's a fact.
It's going to be a thing where, at least in my opinion, within that drama, Spence is going to have control subtly. It's not going to necessarily be something where in the first round, Spence is all the way in control. But if you look at the stats and look at what happens, Spence is going to be in control. It's going to be more punches landed. And if you look at who, as the idiots on HBO used to say, if you look at who you would want to be at the end of that round, with the punch stats, you're going to say, "Ooh, shit, I wouldn't want to be Bud Crawford."
Ooh,
and you're going to add that on round one.
But can I ask this?
Two.
Can I ask this?
Round three. Yes, I'm sorry. You whip my ass. I'll defer to Sean T. Go ahead. I'm shutting all the way the hell up.
No. I just want. Okay, go ahead. Go
ahead, Sean. I was just about to say we getting ready to shut it down.
Okay.
I gotta run tomorrow, so we about to shut it down. But go ahead, Sean T. Get your boys off, brother, and then we'll pass it around.
All right, yeah. I just want to say this, man. Could it be like, say, with Lomachenko and Crawford? Like, both of them are very skilled fighters. Both of them fight off angles. They have I'll say Lomachenko has excellent, footwork, but both of them seem to start off slow in these big fights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm wondering if it's because they're trying to reserve their gas tank for the middle rounds. Because it seems like both of them kind of heat up after the fifth or sixth round. You know what I mean? The first 3 or 4 rounds, they starting off kind of slowly. So with that being said, if Spencer's gonna like pressure Crawford and make him fight a different fight, like I can't see Crawford winning. You know what I'm saying? If he starts off too fast, and instead of playing chess, he's playing speed chess. All of a sudden, it's like you're not fighting your fight anymore. You're fighting Errol Spence's fight. You feel me? And I think that I mean that's one of the main reasons why, you know, I think Errol is gonna break him down.
Well, professional chess is always speed chess. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, real quick, man. Look, and I want to get y'all. Man, I need last words, man. I got to run tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut things down accordingly.
Have a good night, Dub. Thank you for having me on.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, all right, my brother, he got the hell on. He said, "Damon, I'm leaving. Fuck all of that. Respect."
You got shit to do too, obviously.
Yeah, we all do. Trust.
Hey, Phil, man, give me your last words, my brother.
Hey, look, man, check this out, man. You know, like I said, man, boxing is more vibrant and exuberant than it's been in a very long time. We keep getting these back-to-back fights, man. A lot of guys are stepping up to the plate in regards to creating legacy fights as well as getting that bag on the way up to the top of the mountain. You know, respect to those guys for always getting in the ring and conducting themselves like professionals, right? With that being said, man, appreciate you having me on your channel, Dub, man. It's always a pleasure to come through, man. You always treat me with respect, brother. And, you know, I appreciate that. So, you know, man, salute to the chat, man, talking with you boys, man. Look, man, if you want to follow my channel, you know, go to the Fix Sports TV, man. We dropping content over there constantly. So, man, y'all boys holler at me, man. And hopefully this fight right here don't get pulled from underneath our rugs, man. Pull from our feet from underneath the rug, you dig? So keep our fingers crossed.
Real quick, Phil, I want to say this. Like I said from the beginning, I don't think he was here when I first said it, but I want to believe it. And I see everybody announcing it. And I haven't been able to digest it yet and really accept that it's true. I haven't been, and I want to, and I want to be excited. And I'm not gonna hold you. I haven't got there yet. I ain't got that excited. You know that feeling you get when a fight is made. It's that it is regardless if it like I ain't got no dog in this fight. But it's a good fight. You know, when Ugas and EJ walked in the ring together, it was just it was a little nervousness that you love. You just it's that anxiousness for the fight. When Devin got in the ring, you know what I'm saying? It's that anxiousness. When Tank and Ryan was in the ring, I don't know, man. I just ain't got it for this fight yet now. Yeah, and I've been telling people I got PTSD. From all the lying
you should.
And the cap. And so
absolutely.
At the end of the day, I hope that I do get that excitement in it. And I think I will. When it gets close enough, I think I will. But at this current moment in time, bro, I still need to see a whole bunch of shit before I believe this fight happening. It is.
Nah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. But again, bro, I appreciate you having me on.
Much love, my brother. Much love.
Yeah, hey, you fucked up my bracket too. I still got love for you, though, brother.
Man, they robbed me, brother. They robbed. I petitioned to the YouTube Boxing Commission. They told me that I had no case, and that two of the judges had it for me 2-1, and I lost on rhabdomyolysis. I lost because of rhabdomyolysis, man. I don't know.
Hey, man, I got you, bro. It's all good. Hey, I'm actually gonna do a show, man, probably within the next couple of days about overturned decisions in boxing. So y'all boys be on the lookout for that.
I'll look out for that, man.
And that's Fix Sports. That's what you said?
Yeah, TAFIX Sports TV, spaces between each word, bro.
Copy that. I'm about to subscribe.
Drop your link in the chat. Drop your link in the chat.
I will do, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. Much love. You know what it is. Man, I got my brother, man. Sean T, you got your victory. You're moving on to the next round. Are you? Hey, I believe you got. I believe you got Money Brown in the next round. Am I correct about it?
Yep, I got money. I'm gonna come in with a flying guillotine, man. I gotta cut his head off.
Hey, you got to come with some smoke for money.
Hey,
man.
definitely. I've been studying. You know what I'm saying? What these guys been doing. I've been watching. You know, the other debates, man. So I see like, oh, okay, this is the way you got to flow. You feel me? You know, it's not all about just studying and try to retain all that information in your head and you trying to think of all these goddamn answers. It's more so about just learn, you know what I'm saying, what you're studying, and then, goddamn it, you freestyle. You feel me?
You just speak on what you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Sean T, man, appreciate you coming in tonight, giving me your perspective, showing love to the channel as always, man. You know, nothing but love and respect for you. Give me your last word, brother.
All right, man. First of all, man, I appreciate you. You know, you having me on, man, and man, this is like one of the best channels for sure. Like, this one of the channels, man, where people can talk about boxing, man, who actually know what the hell they talking about. We don't always have to, you know what I'm saying, agree with each other, but we respect each other. You feel me? You make sure that being the mediator, you make sure that, you know, each guy gets his chance to cook. But I also want to say, as far as this fight goes, man, my last words is I'm just glad we getting it, man. Like, we didn't get the Joshua Wilder when we should have. We didn't get Charlo Hurd, you know, before these guys got defeated. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're getting it while both of these guys are undefeated. They're in their prime. And, man, we, you know, win or lose, I'm going for Errol. But, shit, if Errol was to lose, I would want him to lose against Bud, straight up. Nobody else. You feel me? So,
whatsoever with it.
Yeah, so I'm happy we're getting this fight, man. Dub, man, you're an ultimate gentleman. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, I'm always going to support this channel. You feel me?
Thank
you. Yeah, hey, man. And I'll be back, you know what I'm saying, like to check you out after these other debates and everything, you know?
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm still waiting for the response. Like I told you, my brother did call me. I'm going to give him a call back in a few minutes and see what it is. But I haven't got the return response. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, it's no pressure, man. You see, I ain't tripping about it, man. You feel me? Hey, listen, let me tell you something.
Do it now. You can't say it and not be about it.
Hey, my lady said, you said that 500, you trust that? I said, look here, you know, I move off energy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I saw any type of shadiness, hell no, I ain't sending my bread.
I swear, hey, if nothing gets sent, bro, it's coming back to you.
Man, I already know, man. With that, man, you know, hey, peace and blessings to all my people, man. You feel me? And I'll catch y'all on the rebound.
Hey, nothing but love and respect, my brother. You know what it is. You got a place over here, man. I appreciate you coming through and be safe out there.
All right, man. You too, man. You and the fam.
Yes, sir. Man, I got my brother Bullet Gibson in the building. Bullet, I gotta tell you, I've been seeing you in the chats. I'm like, okay, my brother is in here with me. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
And man, you come, you show love over here, bro. I really appreciate it. And thank you, bro. I appreciate you coming through and showing love like you do, giving me your time and energy to my channel. You know what I'm saying? And you know you got a platform over here. You always welcome. And man, give me your last words.
Shit, I just want to say salute to Dub, man. Like bro was just saying, you always give us a platform to speak on, man, and I appreciate that as well. Shit, I be working late nights, as you always know, and man, cause I'm from Florida, but I just moved to Texas not too long ago with my lady, with my wife, and my we had our daughter down here.
Congratulations, congratulations,
yeah.
brother, congratulations.
Yeah, and I love like fighting stuff, and then I've always followed channels, and then I was like, man, I always wanted to talk boxing and stuff, and then I got on your channel, and I was like, man, you know what, it's lit. I always like, you know, looked at other boxing channels, but never really like talked. I always was like, I'll go on, especially like all the black channels. No disrespect to nobody else, but I'm going to all the brothers, and I'm liking their stuff, and it is what it is. But yeah, man, I support everybody. Like I said, everybody don't have to agree. I respect people's mind, and man, I'm ready for this fight, man. I think Errol gonna stop Bud bad, man. I say 50. Only reason why I say 50-50 is because of these two elite fighters. Other than that, Errol finna hurt that boy. But yeah, man. Salute. He put
Man,
hurt him, dog.
hey, much love, my brother. I appreciate you. You know what it is, and hey, when I see you, you know I'm gonna show you love. I appreciate you, my brother. Be safe out there, and hey, come back when you can.
Absolutely, every day.
Yes, sir. Hey, the big homie is in the building. All positive. I gotta tell you this. First things first. I wanted you before I shut the show down. I haven't heard you cook on this, and I know you can, and I want to hear your opinion. Katie Taylor lost to Chantel Cameron.
Yeah.
I thought Katie Taylor got hands put on her.
She dude, the scoring one judge had a fight even. I said before the fight, Cameron's gonna need to knock her down 4 times to get a draw.
Just to get a draw.
And dude, they was trying to rob her. One judge had it even like, man.
She put hands on her. She put hands on her.
It could have been scored 8-2 easily, 8-2, 7-3.
Had Katie Taylor all up on the ropes.
That's how you know. That's how you know she beat her bad. You went to her hometown, beat her up like that, and they said it was a draw. One judge said it was a draw. I like, no, man, she beat her up, man. And you know she wants to come back for a rematch. I mean, it's gonna be worse than a rematch. I think she's stopped.
But I think because this one it was at 40, right? Was it?
Yeah,
at 40?
This is at 40. So the rematch gonna be
at 35.
No. Well, no, because Cameron doesn't need her belts.
No. But they talking about the rematch being at 35.
Why?
I'm just telling you what they're talking about.
I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Katie Taylor is the
she's a 135 champ, but Cameron doesn't need her belt.
Right?
Yeah, Cameron doesn't need her belt. She's undisputed at 140.
Why not become 2-time undisputed?
Yeah, but that extra weight, man, she might struggle to make that extra weight.
But she ain't got nothing to lose.
Oh man, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I'm just saying what they're talking about. I don't know if it happens. I just had to ask your opinion about it.
Oh, and you heard about Clarissa Shields' fight, right?
Yeah, Hannah Gabriel's popped dirty.
Popped dirty, which is.
And now you got I can't say the kind of cornholo.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say. I can't say.
I can't believe Hannah Gabriel's popped dirty though, man.
What's she popped dirty with? Bro? I want to know.
I don't know. I just thinking. Oh my God, she's trying to cheat, yo. Look, matter of fact, she probably didn't piss dirty with the to make her stronger. She was probably trying to cut weight because you got to think she's fought at 175. She's a 175 champ right now. Hannah Gabriel. So that she's a 175 and a heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
So she's probably just trying to get back to 160. She hadn't fought that in a while, in years. So she was probably did what James Toney did. She was probably taking diuretics to lose the weight. That was probably
clenbuterol.
Yeah.
Clenbuterol. Here we go. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was shocked with that. And then the lady that they pulling in there, you remember the girl who Jessica McCaskill fought and she quit on the stool?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's her name? Ivory or some shit like that.
Yeah, I know.
She beat the girl that Clarissa Shields for the beat.
Man,
look. I mean about the fight. And I'm sitting here like
I'm not. Look, I know Clarissa Shields will win the fight. I'm just the big fight, woman fight coming up. You know, is Franchon Cruz and Savannah Moss.
Yeah.
And that's not even the main event of that card.
Who you got in that fight?
I don't know, man, because
I don't know if Franchon Cruz can take some of them shots, bro.
Yeah, but what's the name? Marshall cannot fight off the back foot like that. Marshall's there to be hit. He is there to be hit.
But the problem is, Marshall, she gonna use that power jab, the 1-2. That's what she gonna throw.
It's at 168 though. It's not at 160. and you know we seen Franchon Cruz fight a man, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, motherfucker.
Have you seen him fight a man and he couldn't knock her out? Allegedly.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That's gonna be a good fight, though. That's gonna be a good fight. What's the main event?
Oh man,
is that Wood Laura? Is that card?
No, I think it's Smith.
I don't know.
Smith, Ben.
Who?
Is it Smith Ben? Is that a fight?
I have no clue.
Hey,
Smith, man.
I know that's not the main event. Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna say this, man. Look, we opened the year up. We had our the pound for pound. You know what we did. We got to do a mid-year, man. Are you down to do a mid-year?
Yeah, just let me know the date, man. We can get it in, man, because a lot of them names unchanged.
That's what I'm saying. We done got some fights, and
a lot of names don't come off that list.
Some things that moved around in these divisions. So we got to talk about it. So we're gonna do a mid-year. Man, I think, I want to do it at the beginning of June. Shit, that'd be probably. I'm gonna hit you up and let you know. We might do it next week sometime.
Yo, we gotta do a hip hop show, man. Bring Crush back up here, do a hip hop show.
Hey, and you know what? I was gonna say this too. I'm 100% down with it, and when we do it, because you can ask better questions to Crush than I can ask.
Yeah, I want to ask him about Lawrence Goodman, man. That's what I wanted to ask him about, because he mentioned him. I wanted to know about him. You know what I'm saying? What he's doing now. But yeah.
Come on, 817. If you need to cook, bro, come on, get your bars off. I probably took the link out the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, 817. If you want to come
cook
for a
hip hop joint, and I say hip hop, I'm not talking about this new stuff.
No. I want to let y'all cook on it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know these new guys. I don't know Lil Uzi Vert and these new guys. I can't know where he's going from.
Look, I want to be a fly on the wall in this situation. You know what I'm saying? I want to be up here and I want to hear you, Crush, anybody, any of y'all old school cats. I want to hear y'all cook on that old school music.
Stories from about 30 years ago being
that's what I'm looking for.
I got some tour stories.
Hey,
too,
you know what we're gonna do? You know we have Rocking with Right Side. We're gonna do we'll make that the show right there. We'll make it the 80s hip hop or
you got
80s,
the DJ.
Hip hop.
Wait a minute, you got DJ Ricky in the chat. You all you got to do is put a request in for him to do some 80s battles. You know, OG Rick got it.
I already know he do. 817, what's up, my brother? I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm shutting it down, but I know, like you said, I gotta let you cook, my brother.
I just wanted to say, man, it's amazing to see all these guys who are more confident than their favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? They so confident about this cat. They so confident, but this motherfucker been ducking and dodging this fight for years. This nigga went and found blackbutt.net to put on a fight for him to avoid this shit. But it's crazy how motherfucking confident they is. But I just invite all them motherfuckers, quit trying to convince the rest of us. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna work.
Hold on, 817. Hold on, then. Let me ask you this. Damn. See, you get up here. This how this shit always goes. I
was just gonna say, Dub. Look, it's been Steven Espinoza. You know what I'm saying? It's been goddamn me PBC, bro. It's been Al, bro. It's been goddamn me hedge funds. It's been goddamn me drug dealing ass promoters. You know what I'm saying? On the run from the feds. It's been goddamn me Master Bob wouldn't let me. It's been all kinds of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I invite all of y'all, instead of trying to convince everybody else, buy that polyester ass shirt. I'm going to keep saying it. Buy that polyester ass DC knockoff ass shirt so you can be invested. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of them fake ass narratives and shit. Buy the fight.
817. Look. I'm going to buy me a strap season and I'm going to buy me a Bud Triton.
Don't watch that motherfucker.
No, man.
And you better not leave that motherfucker in the dry. That shit gonna peel right off.
Oh my God, man, you cough, man.
Boy, you seen them gloves? I don't know why y'all motherfucking believe that shit gonna be stitched up good. Y'all seen them goddamn gloves? Man, say, bro, everybody acting like we ain't motherfucking been here, bro. We all been here. Everybody that love boxing and shit and call themselves a boxing fan been here and been watching this shit the last 5 years. We seen this nigga go I seen him come to Dallas, bro, and stand up in front of everybody in there. When he saw Errol putting the motherfucking things on Danny, what that nigga say? I don't even want to fight, even if it's 50-50. I'm past that shit. I'll be past that shit too. That nigga got out of Ferrari and whooped the 2-time champion. Hell yeah, I'm past that shit. I'm not trying to fuck my shit up. But like I said, y'all steady trying to convince us, and this man steady been talking about Thurman, Pacquiao, and everybody goddamn else. And fighting, I've been sneezing and shit. This nigga went and found a nigga at the motherfucking 7-Eleven in New Jersey. When a nigga from Nebraska go to the 7-Eleven in New Jersey? Are there even motherfucking 7-Elevens in Nebraska, nigga? This nigga went and had a fight in a fucking cornfield, and y'all trying to convince me that he really wanted some smoke. Man, look, buy that polyester ass shirt, buy the motherfucking fight, invest in that shit like you invest in trying to convince me of the bullshit. That way, when the shit go down, you can really feel bad about something.
Hold on, 817. Should we buy the fight, 817? Should we buy the fight?
I mean, if you don't mind seeing some shit go down in 9 or less and not going the way that you motherfucking want it, then yeah, I invite you to buy it. If not, just buy the motherfucking t-shirt and have the bottom of that motherfucker to cry in and watch that some bitch shrink while you got it on. That cheap ass shit. Ain't no imagination. Y'all look at the shirt. I'm for real, y'all. Listen, hear me out. Do a comparison of the shirts, bro, and think about the fucking imagination that it took with the shirts, right? This nigga, the fight ain't even at the fucking Bellagio, bro. It's at the T-Mobile Arena. This nigga used the Bellagio fountains. He stole Aquaman and cropped his fucking head on it. And then he went and found a shark that's still alive and looked ferocious as fuck and stood it on top of the trident. Boy, that's the cheapest.
You gotta stop. 817. You gotta stop.
Bro, you can't tell me that ain't no cheap ass shit. Now, Earl shit got imagination. Not only is he reaching in the door and handshaking the nigga peeping around the door and you don't see nothing but eyes. You know why? Because he been hiding. The fuck? It's relevant. That's what I'm saying, y'all. This nigga didn't even put no thought in his t-shirt, but he know you sucker ass niggas gonna buy it. Just like y'all bought Ron was a motherfucking real challenge for Tank. Just like y'all buying that Justice for Lomachenko shit. It's the same type of shit. And half you motherfuckers is the same fans that's just jumping from fucked up bandwagon to fucked up bandwagon. But the rest of you motherfuckers, y'all really believe. So like I said, buy that polyester ass shit and tune in.
Hold on. They had Justice for Lomachenko shirt.
Yo, I do like that Lomachenko shirt when they said Ukraine is hurt, something like that. I think Colin posted it, and he had Lomachenko looking like Drake. Yo, I like that one, man.
Dying right. 817 got me dying right now, man.
Shit crazy, bro. This shit crazy, man. I respect the cat saying they a fan of, but goddamn, bro.
817, answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to answer a boxing question. I need the what are Bud Crawford's best attributes?
He's a sharpshooter. If you give him the opportunity, right? If you give him the opportunity to motherfucking figure you out and you allow him to be patient with it, he'll sharpshoot your motherfucking ass. Bud ain't stupid. He's not stupid. He's got plenty of heart. He not a hoe. And guaranteed, he gonna go out on his shield. You feel what I'm saying? Bud Crawford not trash. He the third best fighter in that division. That's not disrespectful for me to say. The man been a champion at 147 pounds, although he didn't fight no goddamn body.
Jeff Horn.
He didn't. I'm gonna say it again. He didn't fight no goddamn body. And look, everybody that want to put that Sean Porter feather in your cap, listen. The man fucking admitted that he wanted to retire after he fought Errol Spence. His daddy motherfucking admitted that he half trained and that the shit didn't go like he wanted to. He was gonna stop the shit. And for 9 goddamn rounds, you motherfuckers was holding your throat and your goddamn balls because Sean Porter was beating him. Sean Porter was beating him. Bomac had to say, what the fuck we doing? Come on with the boom, do something. Goddamn me, the nigga felt like he was gonna lose, and he went out there and started swinging. This whole ass nigga took a punch to the chest and went down. After a good punch to the face, go back and look at the motherfucking video. He punched Crawford punched Porter in his chest, and the nigga went down. And his daddy goddamn stopped the motherfucking fight. So until Porter whoop his neighbor and or move away from his daddy, don't talk about shit with him. That nigga ain't no man.
Hold on. Hey, 1 second. Hold on. What are EJ flaws?
At times, he'll allow certain shit to take him off rhythm, such as like his mouthpiece, right? And or, sometimes just getting lost in the mix or taking off around and not taking it off properly, right? So I've seen him make that mistake as well. I've seen him be a little over aggressive too. He was a little over aggressive when he fought Ugas, part because he was rusty, but I also think what he had on the line as well. So those are things that Derek talked to him about. You seen him animate to him and things that we won't see this fight because, again, certain fights, you're going to see certain elements. But I think in a fight like this, something that he's been wanting for a long time with so much on the line and something that he's been pursuing, right? Not something that's been pursued or that boxing has been pursuing, but he's actually been pursuing. I don't think we'll see that. We'll see a full focus Errol Spence, which will be a dangerous Errol Spence.
Incredible. I ain't mad at it, and I'm excited to see it. Last piece of it, and I got to go ahead and shut it down, man. I got shit to do. Damn, 817, you get on here and fuck me. All right, here we go. Who wins the fight? I know who you got winning the fight. Let me rephrase the question. EJ wins the fight. How does he win the fight? What does he do? When is it a stoppage? Break the fight down, and then give me your percentage as far as how you think, or as far as the fight goes. Break the percentage down for me as well.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you simply like this. It ain't gonna take long. Errol Spence's work rate is too high for Bud Crawford. Period. Kell Brook, watch Kell Brook had Budrick eye looking like goddamn hamburger meat in 3 rounds. How did he do that? He made him fight. Budrick couldn't get away from his punches. This is a wash Kell Brook. This is a further down the line. This is a depressed Kell Brook, right? Okay? This is a Kell Brook that his manager would not train him because he knew he was not prepared to fight somebody like Bud Crawford. He knew he was done, right? So let's just put that in the bank. But in 3 rounds, that same Kell Brook had his eye looking like hamburger meat. Now tell me why the defensive wizard that Bud Crawford was supposed to be, the man with so many styles, the quote-unquote switch hitter, why in the fuck was his eye looking like that with Kell Brook? And we ain't see Khan face even look like that. And that was in 3 rounds. You know why? Because he made him fight. And when Bud is made to fight, he gon' fight, right? But when he's made to fight, we seen him get fucked up. Gamboa moved from 9 pounds under, 2 weight classes, and had him stanky leg when he was made to fight. Errol Spence gonna start fighting from the jump. The work rate is going to put him at a point where he can't sharpshoot. And when he made to fight, to his credit, Budrick will fight. But in this fight, it will be a problem. 9 rounds or less. This fight don't make the cards.
If Bud, and I think that one of Bud's best attributes is his timing. I think the way he's able to throw in between shots, he can always, regardless of who he's fighting, it always seems like he can always get there that half second quicker than you can.
He wide with them shots. And I'm gonna tell you something, Doug.
Hold on, let me finish.
Not with this one. Not with this dude.
Let me finish before I ain't mad. Hold on, let me finish. And so with Bud being able to be for at least from what we've seen, and maybe you're correct, maybe it doesn't happen, but I believe that there will be times that there will be exchanges that Bud will definitely be throwing him in between, and he will catch EJ. The question, in my opinion, EJ gonna get hit. That's a fact. And so my thing is do you think Bud has the ability to hurt Errol Spence? And if he does, do you think, because we have to give Bud credit for being, he will overwhelm you. He's not gonna just knock you out cold, but he will overwhelm you. He can't. We've seen him have the ability to get stoppages, and so same question: do you think he can hurt Errol to the point where he can become aggressive enough to get a overwhelming stoppage?
No.
I said all that for you to say no. I'm
Listen. I'm just gonna be flat out honest with you, right? This is a different animal, bro. You ain't seen that cat press like that. You seen him bend the knee with motherfucking Kavalauskas. You ain't seen him press like this, bro. They ain't seen him press like this. And let me ask you this too.
Go ahead.
As far as, let's just say, in the last 45 seconds, he getting some shit applied to his ass, right? Yeah. That motherfucker over there in this corner, they have to forklift his ass in the ring just to get him, just to get him in there, and he got to catch his breath to be able to give him some kind of instruction on what the fuck to do. This man will be leaning on the side of the motherfucking apron trying to tell him what to do. I'm telling you, the lights, the situation, what's on the line, this ain't no motherfucking Indongo shit, bruh. It's a problem over there. It's been a motherfucking problem. That's why you seen this other blackbutt.net shit, because they know it's a problem over there. But at the end of the day, what was you gonna do? Was you gonna retire a bitch and have everybody say you was one because you didn't fight? Or was you gonna get that money and fight? And look, at the end of the day, motherfuckers don't want to talk about who got what now, but we all know that all of that shit was viable excuses for the fight not to have happened before. But whatever the fuck he gave that nigga to get up in that bitch, at this point, you know what I'm saying? I will just say, for the fact that he gonna get to put fists on his face, I would have said the same shit. You know what? I'm so tired of this shit. Give this motherfucker what he want. I just want to put foot in his ass. And that's what we're gonna see July 29th, bro. I'm telling you, that motherfucker from the same place I'm from, bro. Y'all heard Black Fight Fan the other day. I know it's a lot of times y'all say y'all don't understand him and this, that, and the third, and he's slow and something. But I'm going to tell you something about a Texas nigga. They built just like that. They might talk slow, but they're going to move quick and they're going to run to the smoke. And that's what y'all been seeing this boy whole career. Ain't shit going to change on that fight night, bro. And I'm telling you, you expecting to see something out of him that he don't do. And he ain't done with nobody that's worth a fuck. It's not gonna happen that night, bro.
All I'm saying is this, and I'm once again, we agree on work. We agree on the majority. We agree. This is my only thing. Who has EJ fought that's punching like Bud?
Bro.
And I agree. If we want to say on the opposite side of it, Bud ain't fought nobody fight. I mean, that's gonna put the pressure on. I mean, that's why I say it's a 50-50 fight. But once again, Bud still have to have. You got to give him that credit that he's a dangerous fighter, bro. He dangerous.
Look, I ain't saying that he ain't. But Doug, if I put hands on you when we were 17, are you gonna remember it?
You damn right I am.
Now, the shit may not happen the same when we 32, but you damn sure gonna remember how I put hands on you when we were 17, right?
You damn right I will.
All right, so peep this. I'm sitting back, I got one belt. This nigga got two belts, right? Everybody on this nigga nuts. Ain't nobody fucking with me, right? My situation is such that I need some leverage, right? I need some motherfucking respect. And I can't get it yet with this nigga, right? Why wouldn't I go scrap the motherfucker who put hands on me and take his motherfucking shit, right? He just beat Manny Pacquiao, the motherfucker I wanted to fight for all the glory. That would have gave me the quote unquote respect. Hold on. That would have gave me the quote unquote respect I've been looking for. But that nigga put hands on me once, right? He ain't take that shit. Did you see him fight Jose Benavidez? As tough as he was at the goddamn press conference taking the swing, when that goddamn bell run, he circled that big ass Mexican for 11 rounds. That motherfucker drug his leg around after taking a 12 gauge to that motherfucker. And he was scared to run up in there. Bro, you fucking with a different animal come July 29th. That nigga know it. That's why the first time you seen him with a goddamn oxygen mask on was when they talked about him fighting this nigga. You gonna find out.
Look, all positive. What you got on this, man?
Man, look, I told you I ain't gonna dog in the fight, man. Look, everybody makes good points. The Bud fans make good points. The Spence fan make great points. This, like I said, these are the best opponents that each guy has faced. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm picking EJ to win because he's the bigger fighter, man. That's why I'm picking him. But Bud is a very good fighter. EJ is a very good fighter, and neither one of these guys are bums. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad. My brother 817 coming here, shut shit down, man.
Yeah.
Hey, 817, I appreciate it, man. I'm out for the night, bro.
But check this out. Let me see one more thing.
Sure.
Hold on.
817 said, I forgot to mention, I was going to mention it earlier, but I forgot. If you look at the end of the fight, the Kell Brook fight, Bud had scar tissue over his eyes, cut. And Brook barely landed anything. And his eyes was on the edge of being cut, being open. And Brook barely landed anything. So that might be a problem. Scar tissue.
He said, I believe the term was ground beef. Was it ground beef?
Bro, go back and say, man, y'all listen. Y'all know, listen. I understand y'all think it's a lot of cap. But go back and look at that boy eye. And tell me for 3 rounds with Kell Brook at that point in Kell Brook career, right? Was his eye, Bud Drake Crawford, Lorenzo the Nightmare Jones eye. Was his eye supposed to look like that? You feel what I'm saying? Fucking with him, bro, listen, look, I salute to all his fans. Buy that polyester ass shit. Invest in the fight because I need y'all to see it. So come July 30th and each day after, we ain't got to hear that shit no more. You feel what I'm saying? I know, listen, we know who asked for the rematch clause and we know why. I at least need 2 bags for that ass whooping I'm gonna take. Kambosos did the same motherfucking shit. I see y'all July 29th.
Hey, much love, man. Much love, 817. Appreciate y'all way coming through, showing love, my brother. All positive. Like I said, man, I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah, man.
Man, give me your last words for the night. I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah,
damn, my brother. They be going wild.
Man. Peace and blessings to everybody that was on the panel, man. Y'all can catch me at All Positive Network, man. I'm about to upload some videos today. Some that I edited out, man. You know what I'm saying? I do content. I don't do live. I'm gonna start going live, but I do a lot of content and stuff, man. Just walk around my city giving people quick history lessons, do history lessons on hip hop and boxing, this and that. But that's what my content.
And we definitely I will reach out to my to the OG Crush, and I'll start it with y'all too, but we'll do a live one. If y'all want to, we can do it this Tuesday.
That's fine with me.
We'll do a live and we'll focus, you know what I'm saying, on the hip hop, R&B, 80s, 90s, all of that, you know what I'm saying, and y'all can give y'all stories and you know I love you and I ask all the questions in the world. Y'all know how I am, so
that's fine. I love answering them. All right, man.
Hey, take it easy. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yep.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody in the chat tonight, man. Everybody who was on the panel. We had a hell of a show. Fun as always, man. Y'all know what it is. So appreciate everybody coming through, showing love. Man, when you're over here, man, y'all know what it is. And before I say it, nothing but love, respect, admiration. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through and showing love. I truly appreciate it. Polyester, $100. According to 817, man. Just knowing you over here, man, you rocking on the right side, man. Much love and appreciation.
Bud Crawford is a fight fan, and he's a fight fan's fighter.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ain't no pressure when you built for this.
Man down, round one. The truth hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super flyweight from San Antonio, Texas, Jesse Bam Rodriguez!
The universally recognized undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney.